Sierra Leoneans, Unakushe, Idris Elba here, proud son of the soil. I send this message for asking Una, please, this re-election, let we do peacefully, no violence. Young people there, now you get this election, now you get the power. If we born with country done, now we get for bill and back end. So please, let me not take the country backwards because we did go forward. We get for change the narrative. Yeah, not only is the world watching, but the entire Africa, they watch we Sierra Leoneans. Other Sierra Leoneans, we the watch we serve. I'm a proud Sierra Leonean. I know you're not proud Sierra Leonean. So please do send this message. Tell them and say, listen, this re-election, no violence. Please keep them fair, keep them peaceful. Let me maintain with credibility. Yeah? Much love. Sierra Leoneans, Unakushe, Idris Elba here, proud son of the soil. I send this message for asking Una, please, this re-election, let we do peacefully, no violence. Young people there, now you get this election, now you get the power. If we born with country done, now we get for bill and back end. So please, let me not take the country backwards because we did go forward. We get for change the narrative. Yeah, not only is the world watching, but the entire Africa, they watch we Sierra Leoneans. Other Sierra Leoneans, we the watch we serve. I'm a proud Sierra Leonean. I know you're not proud Sierra Leonean. So please do send this message. Tell them and say, listen, this re-election, no violence. Please keep them fair, keep them peaceful. Let me maintain with credibility. Yeah? Much love.
Fambulona kushe enduna aduo. We are don't come back today for can talk about things where they happen. Now we on sweet chat salon. Now we on. Whoa, there we left for do them bad things them. We they feel a mood salon. Now we on. Whoa, we had. And if we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean battle, we just want to make we had go before. If we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean battle, we just want to make we had go before. Famul, una kusha again inside this one big family house and una cabo. Well, of course, every day we tell you, say, this not the house so we all sit down and decide for call, we yard. And also we tell you, say, you as a responsible caretaker, whenever I left you host in the morning or you left you compound in the morning, before you get on, what you think now for bring something, who now they come share na the table. That's not the reason where this family house decide for bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Issues of Mama Salon, where the money where we dey enjoy and where they stress we. Today, again we get plenty things them inside the basket for can tell una. When I don't say anything will come, we must bring something at the table where everybody they benefit. Any angle now way they, it be bad, it be good, now we own. We not for gonna open them. But as I always say, the food, they not the plates. Everybody they pull it on. I left the rest for me brother there.
Inside the program today, APC don't meet with SLPP, RC, and the Peace Commission, plus the police, waiting at the outcome and waiting at the next step for SECA, the 72 hours ultimatum where Samoa Kamara Bedongi. It work or na another bogus word from the APC. We'll come again to that one day. And as well, inside Bo, I asked all this the be Bo, the SLPP supporter them don't attack the supporter them of APC and end up for burn the APC office inside Bo. Plus other kind of stronger word behind the office in Bon one where they left again. We will come Rob inside all of them things and they will expect to get 2 guests inside the program today. Follow Rob Mott on different issues them, you know, where they happen inside the country. My name is SLPP, the freedom fighter.
By Bure Kablai from the north.
And like all time not to win no more there. We get a man from the back.
Bambule, mina kabo, plenty couchettes on our own. Thank you today. Once more, we don't can get here under the umbrella of we are, and they put me back in the veranda. And today, I didn't have mock on a cabo on a couchette.
You get for you?
So that's what I want to talk about when I say if they hurt somebody, when I sorry, who don't hurt so.
No, we always concerned about with family then waiting they can say. So before we begin, that they can say na so nadu. In advance we can don't say sorry because anything will talk again. If it hurt you, if you take down their sorry.
So when they say the sorry in advance.
Yes.
Because we plan for hurt people and they live with.
Well, we don't know. Sometimes we talk about somebody and make we say if we hurt you. We not say we don't hurt you, sorry. We say if we hurt you.
Okay, then the other one back I hear when I talk say the people that want to bring Canada are good, the bad and the ugly. Who are the ugly?
No, not the people that want to bring Camu. Issues that want to bring Camu.
Whatever they do, like me when they put in spot. You know too ugly, you know too bad. You know the one way bad among we now. Lord give the devil the due. Now that they just want to make clear. Because they talk about they talk so people will begin to suspect say na me that they bad. And me are not bad though. Mother be not to cause it. We know the one when mother be cause it. Found out today. And that I just want to say no more.
You see, I will be more touched. I don't talk nothing. I don't talk nothing.
Let me say hold me on.
You are waiting in a power lane talk. You know, see lights green way guilty today.
I did tell you.
You not get an
wait. You not
get another shirt today. You not get another clothes.
No.
What do you get? You not even sabi color. What is this?
No, for green I don't sabi color. This is not light yellow.
Hey God. Anyone, you want shots? You sure say you not get this same kind of color on your shirt?
Me na move. Me imagine I move for a cat move for me clothes.
You almost balance. Me waiting prominent so that you shirt not to move down the move it all.
My friend, go tint to here.
Anyway, they can say you again. You are waiting. You see now. You see. Me na green. Well, if you see move, okay.
When I read the message where I give on behalf of the party today, for tell people and thank you for their resilience and their patience. You know, sometimes with patience can get a bit jittery, but then say patience is a virtue. Patience na a bitter tea, it yield a delicious fruit. You know, when I get person where get wisdom and age on his side, you know they do things anyhow. They take it even when pick stone, they turn a move for what's in the under. What in this mean? Samoa, na man, we very meticulous. It take it him.
But me self don't turn small today. Me patience don't begin lost.
They don't make it clear. It is not if, it is when.
Okay, so
the meeting today be productive. Then talk, and we see some people maybe they condone, they encourage, don't begin, they go on the neutral side. That is a very useful development. But the reality is, the rope don't be tight na their neck.
So since they don't begin tight na neck, look, Olande, we come to a whole topic on here where we can talk about. So let's hold on to that the quick one. Since you're there in the mood today and you really charge, you know, I don't know if you be left some fufu from Saturday. Any fufu be there?
I mean, they call fry.
Okay.
I don't eat fufu. Don't force me to eat fufu. Yo, eat nugget.
All right. Now let me. I want to go inside something very fast before ever we start the ball rolling. You know, and this one very much important for everybody for see this particular thing where they go on right now inside the country. First, let's just listen to this, and then we will get like the word or the voice note where they come after that. Let's just watch this thing quickly. We'll come back just now. Alright, the program now we are on YouTube and on Facebook. We still there with you inside the program. We want to show you something where the time we say impossible. Alright, anyway, I'll bring you survive so they fix up this thing. The issue now the APC do the last campaign today na boo. And of course you know waiting at the outcome of that campaign there. What do you make up of that?
Man, you know, first and foremost, I want to tell the one them always suffer under the hands of the wicked. Say, we're sorry. This is not our making. It is the making of the SLPP. I want to tell them, say, this is premeditated. But even so, they have conducted themselves very well. Because not to them. When anybody palaver, they are citizens, then they not in corner, then they mind their own business, then they keep the peace. But some certain people and say, peace not for them at the country, as long as they live. Then go burn the office, and I be make for understand, say, the chair lady and the picking and be trapped inside the building. That was really frightening. And up to this moment, I know you read the crux of the matter, how they are, if they're safe, if they're well. If anybody know about that, if they can call we for confirm that, we will really appreciate, because you see, anything where they affect one Sierra Leonean, it affects we all. But the way it don't sound like now, it look like for say, we get a Sierra Leone where some elements them by the SLPP, because I will talk this with certainty, say not to all manner SLPP bad, not to all manner SLPP they condone them behavior there. Because if you say that you are generalizing, and generalization I think will not go. But the one them where they do them thing there, they will pay a price. Under the law, there is no room for let you come out. Go begin, they infringe on other people and freedoms and their liberties. Burn their oaths, burn their property, go to APC office, burn them, come right down to ashes. But you know, where you they do their endurance race, what's you will not prepare fine. Now in all time where they run it, they look behind the back. I remember when we go to school, we get one guy, Tiganga APC person, we be called a Rasta man. I be the best 3 miler now in school. When it runs so, all man in Magomago day before in the BN. But when you see your reader last bell, he get tickets in my pocket. When they pass, when you overtake them, so they give them pocket tickets. All man yalla, Rasta. He's a confidence runner. If SLPP is so confident in the belief in themselves, say that they win this election, why do they do all this? In fact, when they do this, it give me the strength and the hope. Say they've lost it. You know, say snake not they die, not shake its tail. All this when they happen, now the last life now they come up on them. And as I can say to una, a dictator, not they ever come out na power with grace. They come out with disgrace. By the grace of God, Mother be you and the cronies them. The one they all will connive against this country with peace. Then go tie them like hog, tie them by matter pencil, hold them tight and tranga one, and then go be very accountable to the Sierra Leonean people, because the things that what they do, the atrocities that what they don't cause, we are not going to forget now and not ever.
All right, so
we will forgive, but we're not going to forget.
Let me show people and wait exactly what they talk about. So right now as you talk. We go now inside Bo and let me see how this whole thing will happen. Please now take notes and see how the boys them when they even lock the gates for let other people and not able for camp for help for Ortifier.
So they tell you now, right now na board district head office this. One can put fire day. Right now, so they tell us on a bunny the bone now. So nonsense. This the youth don't take the venture now na Bo city. But let them make sure say all man are APC na boya they drag this next. Say go. All thing get for happen. This was don't put on. They on fire now as they talk to now so.
this not the situation right now, Nabo. Then don't put fire on the building, then they lock the gate, and then they run commentary. And of course, they even tell we waiting at the next step. So we not tap then, we not stop there. I'll just bring you another video quickly. You know, somebody get away, but don't be victim. Now then same people as their hand. Even then at the scene where this thing all happened, let me just get a very short clip of him as he explain exactly waiting in see and waiting, you know, they don't promise, you know, for do to them again as the nets they go by. Right now, the net, and we all know waiting Italic for where net can come. So let me go quickly and listen to Michael Mansari.
Family, good afternoon, good evening. Today, on the 19th of June 2023, me and Michael Mansari, I made this video. Today, now we day for campaign, we do campaign. We go na commission field. So from there, people and any SLPP they mobilize, they go into we. So we go for kind of party office. So we our party office. From our party office, from within our party office, 9 police begin fire tear gas at we. They begin fire tear gas all day. So the tear gas make we left for party office we go. After we left for party office we don't go. After us, 9 after 1 hour, and we go for see party office get fire. So now this don't happen about. So do please any APCians with the both presently today this night to sleep. You have to be a watchdog. You have to watch your neighbor. You know for sleep this night because they don't promise we say they go for one after you this night. And make sure say all APCians don't come on aboard this night. So now we motor even the motor in this company don't burn. Even the host who party office na boy don't burn. They don't burn but in our party office. So that happen today na boy. Today na June 19, 2023. Me and Michael Mansari in this video.
So as all of this they go on, then they do their action. Them we see another video again. You know, we just want for show now. All of them things they allow us see say yes things that they go on. We see another video where come out from some people them again where refer to themselves as people them from the SLPP team again. We then say their own target na Bond Island not meant for how they call them? It not meant for APC, it meant for SLPP, the power guys. So interestingly, I talked to somebody this morning on this particular issue, where giving in your own way how we look at this thing. But let me go quickly and listen again to this particular video. Let's watch them, let me see what exactly they happen. All of them things that Pprc, ECSL, the police, they see them, but they're not they talk and not they make any concern. Let's watch this video again.
This is Pprc Sango. Team Sango C for BO 2023, no runoff. We are not heading to Bond Island. For what damage the remnants of the APC, where we don't do for what damage them. With the system without wipe out, APC in a Bond district.
They go scatter APC in a Bond district.
They go scatter them.
Mother be for with this election.
Pauper, Mother be for with this election. Pauper, SLPP forget 99.9% in a Bond district.
One country. Pauper.
We did. It's a chartered boat, chartered. Yes.
One country.
One people. One country.
Pauper. Mother be for win this election. Pauper. The last team, then they go scatter the APC in a Bond district.
Now we are the last. This is not the last mountain.
Island now.
The last mountain of the island. We they go flush them out. The APC. We they go flush them out. Now the Bond Island. Bond Island not meant for APC. No.
Already for go scatter APC.
You see the boyo?
Do the boyo from God to man.
Yes. This is for that. The boyo for their pauper, not for APC.
At all.
The boyo for pauper. Wow! I thank you.
This again are some guys then where they left for go. Now I call them bonds. As you say, bonds not meant for APC. So now the first 10 days we say certain area then they now not for certain political party. You get some area them where you get political party where now them for they no more. So again this particular thing not for say where then go now FECO. It bring come result for them again. This not exactly waiting this team. where been there inside this boat go and do na bonds. This na exactly. Not just being and come to you again for some of now we not see them. This na the team we go so na bonds. Let me see what and we do na bonds.
The place it started with a point on this. So I started a camp boy at Ozis number 15 Colsey Street. I did this. I started a camp boy and I started a kite with. See the pot pole outside, the store outside. You see, and the air this. And now the hospital, 15 Colsey Street. I started a camp boy. The store about cutting, community will enter inside right now.
Alright, so this now we just given a rundown of the last day of the campaign. Follow and see waiting don't happen, you know, na different part in the country. And more they will the carry as we try forget, you know, somebody we very, very strong again now that area the way we can explain to it different things then.
All right, family members them we don't play you the various videos them and different places them where the SLPP RUF Tog Squad where Kiate Kabio don't bring na the country, don't they do well this na continuation. And as well, why I use that word say SLPP rebel thugs them way Kiate Kabio Kawits na the country or can give more power na the country. Of course, all of them things there, you know, come on our mouth, it come out na Alpha Side emot. And I'm not tell you lie, anything where we don't come on Alpha Side emot, you know, get for underrated because Alpha Side now one of the strong supporters them under the SLPP. What did that one they mean? Most of all of them plans they are where they execute so today. Where we see with we naked eyes them, Alpha Side will be don't come and tell we this. But one thing but we see Reunions them, we know they pay attention. I make okay, Sidonaya, we they tell you say pay attention. When them people are they talk, if you pay attention, they know the angle where they come up from or the angle where they try for go. Now make we start with a video play you the incident we happen above. You know, long time ago, we don't tell una about Kiate Kabio. If una see Kiate Kabio sidom from the starting of in leadership, you know they talk when things them they happen. Now it they talk, it gets in reason. The only talk where it been come and tell we now for empower in talks them. Also it tell we say him as a leader get for become, but in leader in supporters them sorry they not get for come as well. Fatima Bio don't come out and talk to we say whatever statement where in come at the public and talk. Now waiting here in man don't discuss. As again, it not come out now we don't play the video now outside it talk come on an interview, TV interview. Where it say anything where in the talk now here in man don't discuss and because tomorrow where the thing they camp and come, it gets a room or window for escape. So that's they tell you waiting at the reasons of all of them killing there and burn house where they happen. Make I remind you again, when this burn house be done all watana masalon. One time they were one SLPP bobo put fire na quantity where they all am is say in a SLPP ariobo. The policeman they camouflage they all and go to na police. Tell me na the comment from that to play that video na ya. If you ever see a video or audio where they say they don't go try this bobo na court. That's for tell you say the SLPP make sure for empower and train most of them talks they are for make they do it then they do so. And again the police. You hear the commentary where they tell you say the police fire tear gas for make the APC supporters and get for avoid the office. That's for tell you the plans them where the police and SLPP and Kiate Kabio don't bill. Mind you, Lyle Lima now the deputy minister. If you don't come and tell you say the police and they under them and then they under them command. Who then are the head of police now the country again? Now Jules Jallo when the VP. Now one day it come out and give statements of already they happen so the police that they do. Instead, now here we see them come and talk about policemen the way they kill August State. They don't care about the civilians them. They care about the police them because now they don't pick it the way they send for go to the mission them. And the same police, they know right now the two different police who get now the country. Not to all of them mix, but you get part of them now the real police who mix
And the police them where they can join with them, where they're not going to again in school, where they give uniform for do them thing they are. We don't they tell you back for the things today, but they deny. We play video now outside they begin all man them na Mandela and Kenima. They're all weapon. Then they beat them. Somebody they try for knock them. The man they threaten back say they play with the job. Now you they see so today. Information them be the come out say weapons then they lost. Then they go on their side and they Madabio they run with weapon and they well we not be saying a lie on a true, but now they see so today. Now they see them talks them get weapons them for go and destroy. That's for tell you say Madabio ever na in life, he not a good person for Mama Salon. But if he don't come and show that one day, Usa he tell we say, he be wear green, but una no be know the kind green where he wear. He be know the green where he wear for bring SLPP under this Togri system where then they show. All of them tell they happen. People don't tell you, information don't come out, but waiting they go on. Madabio na the roots of this thing. No balance no go to no sir. Madabio na the roots of this team. All of them talks there, then they work under the command of Madabio. And it did himself don't come and give statements them na ya where they tell you say na in they do that there. Now we come out na Kenima. Yeah? We play another video. Usai, them two Chakman then at the boat. You know, we're on serious.
They're not Chaco.
You know?
They're not
No,
Chaco.
even a pre-check that they do.
No, they're not even pre-check.
You
They
understand?
talk exactly what they go do and they do.
Well, let me tell you the ones that two unserious guy them na the
Then
boat.
serious.
You
No
know?
use are even on serious. Then serious because then get work
God.
for them.
God.
They're serious. No, I know only because if you say they're unserious, it's like you they try for discredit the job where they don't do. They do a very good job for Madabio. They're serious.
So the thing where they try for talk now, power not to forever. Hey, Salon, let we take with time. Them videos they are not the rotty. Now we then at the wall of social media. When they do bad videos them day. If tomorrow government change, how the leader will able to talk to the neighbor them? Where una don't go do them bad there for make them be calm. How? I left the rest for Imran. I rest my case right now. Me at box up.
Well, everybody, thank you. At the big follow you had to not box up because I like you. I appreciate you. What's the way you like, you know, I make you go through pain. But did you again paracetamol there? Thank you, Setsu. You know, what you talk now true, but one thing I want to review today before they come out, I left for this police Maya caretaker. Urana caretaker. Now, person way and give a building for make it care for, or let it care for mortal man or animal. How can this man be a caretaker where the people and wait for care for that they kill? Now they hosted the born. Now they Ramsad. This man, na Masibo mortal man.
See you get good and bad caretaker, so you know maybe not.
You know, well, that name they care enough for the anywhere near in it. In an office they deserve that. Because where all that here they happen. Now in commodity yesterday they talk for say a certain man of high integrity, discipline, class for commot can condemn somebody who not to a business. When are they all to get palaver? Why you know can condemn what they happen so right now? Because waiting they happen so right now is gruesome, it's fearful, and it is unacceptable. It is beyond human comprehension. Sierra Leone, after what you know happened in the past, we say we don't put them behind we they go before. And we they go before for improve with justice system, not the world. Improve with it. And the world don't admire the way we don't pick up with it from the gutter. Polish reset. This man don't take poto, he don't go back. But we, the way we don't go back, but we so. Then him, of all people, they talk, say, other people and for condemn. What has he condemned since where he take power, we wrong? Because so far me concerned, all the things that we wrong na the country. Now him start up. Now him begin rudeness. Now then begin cause. When them be the fetch for get the flag bearer and SLPP. Then cause people them mommy. Then fetch people them. Then fetch Chief Sumano. Then fetch Kane Yom Kela. Then disrespect Kane Yom Kela mama. Then even do things them for an old person when I sacrilege. Now abomination. The behavior unacceptable. But you see, what we can talk people like you say, oh, you had to oh, you vex, you this. They say charity begins at home. Where we begin, they say, hey, una left am, una left am, una left am. Una see what it don't turn out to be now. It don't get away with murder several times. Now it don't get impunity. Now it a cruise without fear. It a cruise without any form of feelings or shame or anything where they hold them back say, make it restrain himself. It just they do. But it get a guts. They can be for one of the salon people. They tell them for say, they tell us for say, make them condemn person with the cause. You go compare person with the cause to them kind of behavior there. And even the people, I wonder why them be sit on there. You know, say, if you watch them video, then the people in body language not be fine. They not be the response to him. They weren't responding to him. That's what I see, bro.
Well, this all we just they bring to the notice of some people and wait tomorrow then go one think say they're not Lord all. Now there's this not in the pain me where people can talk about a religious council in the country, because some of them thinks they get a responsibility for the moral. Some of them thinks they are. We see how they be the attack issues during the time of Anesco Roman. We see how they go on radio for discuss issues them. The one they call religious council. But today, all of them don't turn politicians. You see the statements them, what they can call them a forum for go talk. You see the one they put before saying that they heads them. You see that the various mocks them, the information that they pass. Hey, we no go left for certain thing, but the thing the way they happen so now, people the video. You neighbor, you they jump like us. Look your address, look my address. You they jump, you go do me by the same because I'm not in a power. If power back change tomorrow, that person they feel say myself now I the support. Now I myself go do something, I go turn and give you. Hey, we know one for that one in the country. But today, now 9 minutes this. Nobody now the SLPP no day 8. Pass me don't know here, maybe she may pay you don't hear. But I not see nobody at now SLPP they come and tell we say this where the supporters then they do is not good for the country. They need to stop them. Instead, they come back and add the fire on top petrol. Hey, and for tomorrow.
Hey, brother, I not cut you word though. You talk fine, but not forget them chief them paramount chief them, because now with society Sierra Leone, then are the keeper of with traditions, then are the custodians of with traditions. And with tradition, not compatible to them behavior there. Now, Timni line, if you talk bad word in a public, then they give you kashi. What's in a kashi? Then they resist your behavior. And now the only thing anyway anybody can find you on behalf of the chief. Before I go say, people they go now, then they burn people, they host them. Then they tell people and say, then for vacate the Bo City. Bobo gets paramount chief. Where is he? Where is he not speaking? Paramount chiefs are supposed to be neutral. They're not supposed to take sides. Then they for maintain and uphold with tradition, culture. Where are they? Where are the paramount chiefs?
Hey man, I know say you
where all that here they happen?
I honestly know say you like salon people them, but I not be no say you not like them paramount chief then. Who's paramount chief where they are talk them kind of word they? Where they need pull staff na the next day?
But this is the thing. If you go there for a role, now that you go for. I would rather go there and do the right thing and take me staff for doing the right thing than going there, set me months, where things that they go wrong just because I want for whole staff. Unala would try for now review these things and deal with them with a seriousness way they deserve. If they give you a role, it gets a job description. And the main job description of a paramount chief are the people them way that the guardian of with tradition and culture. Every society in that country, then chiefdom they get different. version of something Sierra Leonean and then duty for pull-up. So if you did it, something contrary to that tradition didn't happen, now you for flag them up. Now you for challenge the one that way they do up. But if you set him out because you want for whole stuff, then if this is the Sierra Leone I born, I'm really ashamed to say I'm a Sierra Leonean. And some of them things there, we all therefore review them. Because how we go get a country, we don't end up for be transactional. Everything is available for sale if the price is right. So if I meet my bure, even if I kill somebody, if I get one suitcase money, my bure they turn the other side, not the sea. But if me not a man, I kill somebody, they go to jump for say yes. I know the person. Come on, it's a shameful situation, bro. I don't know how you see it, bro.
Well, now they affect the country right now. Everybody a politician, and everybody they protect in pockets. Everybody protect in bank account. You know, one day we Adibaya pull audio, he use one word where I sit down, I listen to the word, I just dey laugh. Say the country, all man don't turn politician. That lawyer who for be talked to, now na politician. That chief who for be talked to, now na politician. The magistrate, who for be the neutral for judge case them, tell you that wrong and right, now na politician. Exactly now they go on at the country. And if you find yourself in a country like that, usa everybody don't go attach yourself or belong to a political party because of now that one day no more Saloma feel say now they able go na the fastest dragging zone that one day. As you don't go be politician, the next day you begin to drive or my Jeep, you begin to drive SUV or you name it or Prado. You know? So that one day they disturb the country. You get some country them when they say judiciary, then therefore waiting and therefore look into case them, even the sitting government, when they make mess, they see that they bring them in front of the courts. But we country that not get for happen. You get people like Fisher. You get them so many. Now a old case then a court so. A petition case. The judge and the dodge. Say they don't get judge, wait for bring up that case. The way this is the simplest way that one day for tackle. They're nonsense people they are. But you find out, say, the old court, the magistrate them, the judge them, they're not all party card. The magistrate them, the judge them, the big lawyers them. Then they pump on the different accounts them. So how you expect, say, something better they able to come out and as a country go like that? Now only with the help of God, no more now. Now only the help of God. Because we don't miss with direction. To be honest. We honestly don't miss with direction.
Hey brother, when you get a bad leader in a country, it divide the people them into two. And that's matter you don't do. It divide the people them to either a tool or enemy. Who don't have tool? That are the one where they label where you see jump and see how high. Now then one and they utilize like right now, now then kind of they use for go burn people and host them, for go kill people them. Those are the tools. Then they use them how they want. Pull them like dirty clothes, wear them like clean clothes. When they want and when they tire, then throw them on the wayside. Then the other person where bad politicians then get now enemy. So they either get a tool or an enemy in a person. So if you're not a tool, you're not the enemy. While a leader, it is see anybody we come to him as a potential partner for work with, for do something great for the society. Because for him, anything now about waiting he go left for posterity, that is for the generation for come. It is think for tomorrow. They get foresight. They look far. That is what you call a leader. But where you get a bad politician, it's about now. It teach people them for when they get hand to mouth. You know, they teach them for fish. They give them small fish, but let them depend on them. So when the dependency they on them, they go use them how he wants. It will make them more dependable, dependent to them. So these are the things you look for. And all that in there, do. It don't make a lot of them people that are so dependent on them. So it go use them as the tool where they want. While if not a leader who see the kind manifesto where Dr. Samora make, building a nation, it want to make the economy. It want to teach people them how to fish so that they go fish for the rest of their life. They go get their dignity. They go get their abilities. Then go get possibilities. Then go get hope. Because it don't give them skills. It don't give them the tools where they need for survival. But what's it like Madabio? No. They do that too. It will give them Gwangwa. It will give them Awefu. It will give them Bakbaku Bonga. For let them eat number for today. So when them bell full, it say can go stone that for today house. So I go give some money to my leg, go buy for you. Then it makes them so dependent. It's sad. But again, what they cause all in there? Now this poverty, too much poverty. A brother, poverty na sickness. Sickness. And they make people then desperate. And when people are desperate, they can do anything. And now all that then they exploit. Now that make bad politicians not want for create wealth in the country. Because one of the main role of a government now for build wealth for the country. Now for improve the quality of life of his people. But then deliberately not do them. They want to keep them bottom so that they will continue to mass them. See what they call it grassroots. And not like when they call people in grassroots. Because what's in a grass roots that you the master me under your foot. And I feel some of their language and they will get for beginning to review them. Me not see say anybody call anybody grassroots. We are all equal. And that's America like place like England. They not get executive card but the political party. Then get one green card where all money pay. If you want to donate, you can make donation to your party. But now one level card, they for everybody, where they signify equality.
Well, most of them things here, we responsibility now for make we bring them to the notice of people. We not go tire and we not go stop. The only thing they say, if at least for God's sake, then people here be really want for see peace now the country. This time in it, not only again with the reality with the issue. But at the same time in it, you see Kiatekabio come out, can attack somebody we left power, we incancidon, we pa always they condemn. Side and try the whole they go 2-3 days. You didn't know road. Now the same road and now then they use so that they go and come. At least then do them bad though. Nobody knows APC not do bad. But still you not get ready to talk. Now that kind of person they come say they make sure if you're not taking time, he go put out one kind. Mother be also I don't know. I don't able understand. I reserve the order I want to talk just reserve them. But when they bring the videos there for make yourself just get them for tomorrow bambai. For see the seed where Madabio can plant. The seed where power because we don't kill for call SLPP. SLPP not just the face. Madabio don't already tell people them say in a power. So they find out say even some of their nonsense are in they do inside the SLPP, you get meaningful SLPP them we're not gladdy. You get meaningful SLPP the way they tell you today say, me na SLPP. But for this nonsense we Madabio they do, I know they vote this particular power and they go vote APC just for make Madabio move out of the scene. Because Madabio don't make sure it don't can divide the SLPP, it don't can give them stand international and local, it don't can set fire them with people them where it be said tomorrow. Then go begin see some man I in all day, but it not be mix so.
Okay. So I beg, I not stop you, but you continue. But I want for Levin and no say, Iman including you are the step out for now, but we get another. We forget one guest where they can inside the triage right now for come, but they further difficult for come. So it could definitely come inside if you make them with the connection. But in the meantime, I made a step out because other meeting and do for this election we are involved in right now. So as I talk to with you on, but I just want left on quickly and then I can join on back. So good luck.
Thank you.
So just like waiting at the say, this now in the go on. Inside the SLPP, you get SLPP, they will let the country. Because we don't see him to Pakaba in time, the late man. That's what this nonsense will be see. The time where Pakaba be under this SLPP, before it die, before it come out, we will see different SLPP. But as Madabio come inside, where it bring the power. I don't even want for use them say, now in talks them where it will get during NPRC, it cow it. This not just Madabio where it be say, it try for can cause problem in the country. It try for can divide the country. It can kill people in the country, and it still a kill people. The matter they don't kill people. And from NPRC time, it's still not okay. It the blood they not in hand is still not okay for making repent to the people. The thing will make some people and be trust the process. Say okay, now no vote matter be or accept them. As it don't come, maybe what you don't do bad during NPRC time, it don't play with blood. Now it come for come by with the people, so they will forget about the pains them. This same matter don't cause a lot of problem in the country. Today we get family members who don't lost their food, who don't lost their hand them. We get people who don't lost their meaningful people them. You get school picky school don't left today because they pay school fee for them during the war. It don't die. The same matter they try again for make it lead this country into war. How you they take note of that one day? Two popular political parties, SLPP and APC. But if you matter they provoke the main opposition like this, if not people they will not get patient, Imran. To be honest with you, what they talk so today, we know they talk them. Let me call things by their names.
Yep.
It just be say, APC, whether you like it or not, whether you name me or a label me, I don't care. APC, where would they see so right now? Trust me. Now a very, very patient APC and a different because the APC will be no, not to in this. This particular APC then patient. This kind where we matter be from where take power, we begin provoke the main opposition. Where I can even see where I'm not afraid for use the word say they're even popular past them. They get crowd past them because they see them.
Just like how you can say them, you say, once we put pieces in water, not get him. Now you will put pieces, then we say dirty water.
Problem.
And if they reach that point, stay soon. Because nobody not go talk say again, APC not show resilience, they not show patience, they not show understanding. APC don't bend backwards for hold the country together. And not so we there in governance, not so we there in governance, not so with responsibility. Now the government responsibility for let them go full throttle for make them able for maintain peace and family coherence. The family, the country. But unfortunately, we get them munkusa this man there because they don't begin to wear 2-3 guinea because not even designer them. They don't forget themselves. They don't begin to do things them. They don't get themselves hooked up with certain other things them. We make them don't feel to say that they're above the law. They better pass everybody else. But them munkusa this man there, they clock the tick. Because you see, the soup, when they don't begin cook, APC perfects that soup the long time. When we go begin cook the soup, they put jakato. And when we begin put jakato, they're not going to tell we for say we not jumbade. Because they're not going to talk say now what we boss na jakato loss. We come with the jakato. But this soup, when they begin cook so, we go down for them. Because you see, not so threatening are they threatening anybody. And they say this because they don't do this thing at me, brother. The water don't reach now we know today. And we not go sit down there we drown no. I don't know how you see her.
But not possible. I will not tell you the last thing I say, me Bible here. I know they sit down in the name of international community when I show somebody they can't say, you can't put tick na me I want no say this me na abo for what you like the shoe so. Atinap she me pay come the cow the tick I wait for can report to Imran tell she me pay let no tick list me let no wound me say he can put the tick na me eye at the end of the day they go put plaster there now they tell Imran and you see what teacher me pay don't do me I no craze I know they do
no
I know they no way me I they do that one day you know possible
but man then they plenty in our area place like how do they call them Melkens Sussex, how do they call this place here? Ginger, place like, how do they call this other side stuff? Angola. All that side and they plenty there. We can turn around and talk for say, let's say for left free talk. That's if the man and give the land to the Creole people. We will get the land and give the Creole people. We'll not drive the Creole people in there because of the Creole people are young. They've been there for over 200 and something years. It is there. Why would they go upset? They don't take the land of the people they all hand. Them people there, if we left them Munkusa this man there, if they win election again, ethnic cleansing and go on for do that country day. Then go on for do ethnic cleansing at that country day. And me man, I know they hesitate for talk. That's make we get for watch them very closely. And not to finish so get for watch them like we so get you. We get for watch them, which we are them wide open. Because all the areas that are so sick, they don't go park it. And now, if you look at how they don't behave, now I can tell a lot of people that say, this situation, it's a lot deeper than people and think say it be. Some of we don't say what they do research on their issues there. Do you realize, say, where APC be in power? Now standing, I'm in charge of lands.
of course
Where APC come on power, you know Rabi still continue for be the Minister of Lands.
but not the same Sandy
The same Sandy. So you go see all them things there where they happen. It's all planned. Because now we don't begin to take them Creole people the land. They're not pull and they say go continue for do that. Now part of the superiority, the hegemony. So they don't go take people land them. But you don't land them there. Now one thing we know about Creole people and then they keep record like with man. And then go point all the land and then go take all the land them back. Outside then come out and go there back. Because at the end of the day, you know go come na post in your own indigenous area. Don't know we all get the country, yes. But we allow now for feel free now we own area. Look, they don't go born with office now waiting. If we grab now say this nature we born all the own host there. If we grab now say we born all the own offices them like the one around the street. We will pass them there. Then we don't do that before. In the 60s, they did that. 67, 68. When they do them, they make the Christian people a heartworm. Then begin for attack them in Ginger Hall. And that's when they can they Bure be in that area there. So can they Bure be an SLPP and working with them? Because can they Bure na him be the sellouts and not be the Alpha Can of those days. Then Bonnie Hills, na Ginger Hall. So all that in there, the reality is some things in Sierra Leone not change, not ever change. Now that's make we get for make a lasting push for let we change them. Make them not happen again. It don't happen before, me brother. If it don't happen before, what like when they don't go do what they go do so now? We grab, say, let's have never sleep na Fruita, never sleep na Makini, never sleep na Magburka, they never sleep anywhere in the north. Can you imagine what thing will happen? And we get every right for do that. We get every right for retaliate. We get every right for get self-defense. So where does that leave us? So you mean to say me go come out and take tick for kill my sister if Pikin way born with me man? Me go get in mind for kill me wifey brother that if I married Mende woman. Because na Mende, I go get in mind for go born me modelo, a cousin in house. Because then I'm Mende, You know, we got to take a step back. Look what the people that they do. It's so despicable. That woman also the Monsonagoba. Now Pion Bende, now the indigenous mende them, now the cream de la creme them, the high class mende them, they want day. Then go bond that woman they host. Then that one thing about them where I like, any law where they make for themselves, the law they make even for themselves, they not they uphold them. They just don't respect law. They not respect anything we can for do with the rule of law. They make a law but election for 2022. Then we make that law, they don't broke up. Now they pull a song where they say Bendi me in Anyamube. He say me brother, I like it bad than me brother. But now you brother don't support APC because of that, you they kill them, you they chop them, you they make nasty lacerations now their body when a GBH, grievous bodily harm. But now you talk say Bendi me in Anyamube. In this case, you brother no bad. They just decide for support a party different from you. You say for run them out of town, you for money oath. But me man, this is just not right. It's not right, my brother. It's not right. But until we leadership don't show resilience, they don't show patience, they don't tell me for say now that we make we yes then cack like when DIA gone wait for the whistle. We they wait for the whistle. Because we not say we trust we leader them and we leader them mature, we leader them don't show serious maturity. And we trust whatever decision they make. So we are waiting for them blow the whistle. And nobody not go blame we.
You know, Imran, when they talk of blame, so the question we me go like for ask, you know, Englishman say, what comes around goes around, what goes around comes around. You understand?
Yep.
Now we assume say power change. Because we see a lot of mumu them right now. But who mumu them? Power change. All of this seed we mother build the plant in the name of Pauper SLPP. Another party take over. The way time reach for campaign, or where other party they sit down, we can begin see that party they have they share the same food. That's why the seeding don't grow. Fruits they all don't rep panam. But that party don't they begin share back to their own supporters them, to their own people them, to the people that they decide whether selfish and our stronghold. Where do people go really talk? Where do people go really talk?
When I say post to put pieces of water, not get him now that they pull up. But you rightly correct. The same variable where you put, where you say what goes around comes around. And Roman talk for say, that's where ashes the falla. The ashes for them to way, it go surely falla them, and it go make sure say they one whole body white. It will make sure say them body white. Because these elected and win the elections with this kind of behavior here. An office then go last 1 year, the country go revolt. Because them behavior is not normal. It's not a normal behavior. You know, say how much you talk? You not leader. The office where you sit on, office where you they look at the role of that position, the president of Sierra Leone. They say you know the fountain of honor. That you know possibly honorable. You know a fountain of honor. That you they stand above all for make everybody look at you honorably. Not just because you find. Now, because of the lustra, where they shine off you, where people they admire. Now, one of good perfume. You know, where person get good character, it's like person will rub good perfume. Any time where he pass, where they smell it, they say, this guy smell good. But where person rub bad perfume, any time where he go, they say, but this thing smell bad. Now, in a matter Mother be not able for deliver that very first role the way head of state for supposed for do in a role, that is for be a fountain of honor, because he get a bad smell, he get a bad odor. How you got him up before the people and what you suppose for be an example to? They tell them for say the one will be there before you go lock them up, you go treat them anyhow, you go disgrace them. Which kind example you they set for the youngsters them when they come? What do you try for tell the young picking them where they aspire for be politicians and presidents in the future? That is a bad precedence you don't set. You don't show them say they not for respect the elders. You don't show them say waiting then they do wait for be right. Now waiting you clearly show now public say you know for respect those above you, you senior them, and you for maltreat people and more you get power. Power now a tool where you they use for intimidate, misuse, abuse, terrorize, insult, and assault people.
So waiting
that is unacceptable.
Quickly. While we welcome we guest inside quickly, and let we get like an update. Let we just see from independent mind, a legal mind. Let we just see waiting again for say with regards to election, the pre and during and after how it get for Talek. Lawyer Rashid, you the hear please.
Hello.
Yes, Lawyer
Hello.
Rashid. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Obayanda.
How are you doing?
How you do? Yeah, they get me?
Yeah, but they get you clear. You said they get me?
Yes, yeah. Well, they manage the rain me partner, but I will manage. I hope that they get me clear.
Yes,
make sure they get
me. Yes, we get you clear and adjust the video, but that's not a problem. We nice for we get you. So welcome to this platform. Lawyer Rashid, you there with organization we call Legal Link, ain't he?
Yes, Legal Link.
You only watch how the election, governance system, human rights, they go on inside the country, ain't he?
Yes. We want to follow up.
Let me start first for let you tell we, waiting the organization Legal Link. In brief, waiting UNA stand for.
Yes, so Legal Link basically, first of all, I want to tell you thank you for the invitation. And yes, indeed, we are at a crossroads, but by the grace of God, we trust God that things by the grace of God. So first of all, for start with, let me make very clear and simple. Legal Link now a legal-based organization where they as alone for represent vulnerable groups for defending rights, and also help religious communities, and of course for push for a culture of respect for human rights, democratic good governance, and of course with the rule of law and respect for international conventions and regional treaties that we Sierra Leone sign and ratify. So basically, in some way, they exist for be a voice of the voiceless, and we they exist for represent vulnerable people in the country. For example, the one they will able to afford the service of a lawyer, the one they way perhaps also don't be disadvantaged legally, and also with the advocates for policy and legal reforms. We also do a lot of work around capacity building, legal research, and of course representing people in public interest litigations. So in some way, in a legal-based organization where they try for consolidate and promote respect for human rights, that's alone.
Okay, lawyer, hello. Thank you very much for that brief background of your organization. And I must first of all say we don't follow you for long time, and we appreciate the way how you do your work. and we appreciate that you always stand for the right thing and for stand for the people at every point in time with regards. Also, we leaders them, we parliamentarians them, we politicians them, don't fail we. You always they try for come and stand up in other area and they for make sure say you not stand for the party but you stand for the people them for let they actually get waiting supposed for be the real part or the legal part thing we didn't supposed forget. Thank you very much for that. So
Yes,
let me ask you this question. You don't follow the election, the campaign. It almost don't come to an end. You don't follow statements from politicians. You don't follow statements from the security sectors. You don't follow statements from the government. In just a brief summary, as institution, we don't look at all of them things that we don't name to whistle. How you could say the campaign been talek so far in terms of things that way they happen? Because as recent as today, we see things that they happen Nabo, we see everywhere things that they happen. But maybe you get a different AI way you use with you people that we work with for see things that we know for see. So please throw light on what you see and observe during this term of the campaign.
Yes, this is a very nice question because they do a lot of work around the electioneering process, and of course also
all right, we're very sorry the internet. Lawyer RASHID want for giving us something very, very much unique, but the network the fight with serious one. So we get for patience as we try for get them in. Lawyer RASHID, did you get to please? Alright, today again they come. Sometime if we're not able to get them to the best of waiting is supposed to give today, we go get them again another day. The good thing about them, not a politician where they campaign. So even after we then go down say this na cool off period where politicians not supposed for campaign, in get right for come on and tell we what you don't see so far with regards all of the campaign, the statements, them, the issue of peace, the issue of violence, the issue of police, the way how then they handle, different issues, them, the issue of the courts. Because now one of the lawyers and this and human rights, activists this way, very much fearless. We don't they speak up on issues them we get for do with the country. So
hello, can you get me? Hello?
Yeah, you get
hello?
me?
Yeah, I get you now. Not mind me at the line. They didn't heavily. It's okay.
We know.
Yeah, they get me now, eh?
Yes, we
Can
get
me?
clear. So you be the time for analyze for you what you don't see so far.
Yes. So the problem starts with how we even begin the process. Because to me, and I write an opinion on this with my organization, you get for allow the parties them for able freely exercising democratic rights. Supporters then as well for participate freely in the process. Waiting we see basically now a whole banning of rallies. Now they all think first begin forget a very tense mood. And we may question our reality because we know say how people are able for access even the centers then way then designate forget the rallies. Because if you say gonna feel, how people are able gonna feel, they get for process for gonna feel. So we find out say again, Pprc perhaps not me correct yonder when them pass that kind of decision day because the Supreme Court don't make a fine judgment. Augustine Sori versus the IG. And in that judgment day of the Supreme Court, they make them very clear say police no get right for ban vehicular movement, vehicle movement on polling day. So vehicular movement, people movement, you know they ban that kind of thing they outside a parliamentary, process. That's what they say. So in other words, nobody no right for ban movement of people. If you not get, a parliamentary, oversight or process, for example, a law, a parliament go pass, we go see that freedom day. So we make that kind of thing they within and say, no, sir, you not get that power day. You not go make an agreement. You say when people can't sign. No, even if they sign and say, then they not still make and correct because the Supreme Court don't make a decision say this have to do with the fundamental human rights of people for move freely and can pass one small memorandum where they all sign. You say okay, that is banned. So now we begin for still the problem they rise from that point there. You know, people want for now move with the city gas, with the sea firing, all the things that happen. So it creates a whole tense environment. Then we now also begin for see selectiveness in the approach again. So we come back to perhaps even the Sierra Leone police. So if they say nobody enough for move around and for go, then if you see other person they move around, why they also perhaps hit hard also on as they do to the other person. So we see also that kind of selective approach there, which is not good. And today, this is not waiting on about the institution in this country. The Pprc, the police, the judiciary, Ecsl. So now we see the people and they rise up for fight them kind of, because over time, and this is not only peculiar to this government, even APC government, it's the same also that happened. There were many times where also we speak up, say, hey, Lord, we're doing right. You know, perhaps now we're talking about magnitude, you know, but I mean, the truth is faith in institutions today is no longer to be seen. Public trust, not there again. And so this is the outcome. People do not trust now the police, do not trust the Ecsl, they do not trust the Pprc, they do not trust the judiciary. So where are we and where can we turn to? That is the dilemma today we have in Sierra Leone. And now we are like in a time bomb. Only God for help the nation. We say we have to go, we all don't know. We all day in dilemma. Because now where do we run to? It's as if all institutions today, people cannot trust them anymore. So the problem again comes to us. For example, the other day I was on AYV and they blame the civil society. For example, to me, I feel disappointed that CSOs did not rise up really for stand out and speak for the people of Sierra Leone. And to me, I always don't blame saying that we cause all this, because again, people are blaming Adebayo out there, but we silence within. So by default, we don't make Adebayo don't get a bigger voice out there. So let us blame ourselves, because we not speak for the people, we not stand up, we not do them together. You know, everybody doing your own silo thing, compromises all over the place. So today now, we are in this limbo. And now we want to talk. What do we want to talk now? I mean, what's on past Gary? That is where we are. So when NTR begin, whether an APC government, whether an NGC, whether an SLPP, we have to stand up and say, no, sir, not in our democracy. If we not do this from day one, perhaps we'll not have been here today. See how the election they come on now. It's so funny. And thankfully, this now new nine input all thing I do, not to anybody else. Because new find out say they have done an election where the ballot papers they're not kind of the country. So where did we get the ballot papers? Who advertised them? Who did them? You know, how the procurement process may happen? You know, who have verified when are the quantity? So it don't bring the whole ridicule to the process. And I think say this now too only for sit down and discuss fairly, so that we all this not going to happen again. You see, always thing happen now. My fear is now for me will not lay a bad precedent where tomorrow can enhance the body politic in this nation. And if it costs we for let we do and right, no, we do and right. Because if we do the wrong thing now, tomorrow, any government will come, will use this situation now as a reference for justify the illegality. And by that time, they may not be able to talk anymore, because they will say, but a president don't be laid. Wait till one can talk now. At that time, when it happened, did you talk anything? No. You know, all keep quiet. So the moral high ground, you know, go dead at that time for talk. And it makes one free. We choose say, no matter the environment, we believe God. We they talk, we they do it in respect, we they call their attention. Even the person happen right now. You know, God just touched my heart when everything they go messy. Say, write an opinion for call for dialogue and for de-escalation. You know, then ignore them at the first, but now nothing they do so. All Monday pagan meeting now. So many meetings.
This thing where you talk about, so now we don't say most of the time when you call on the authority their attention on certain things, them you see that then downplay them or then totally ignore them, or if at some point they go even tell other people and go begin come at you say you because you're not APC or you're not SLPP or you're not this, for just play on this whole thing. And now we don't reach to this kind of point. Now you're very close to the judiciary and you don't analyze things the way the judiciary don't they do. They self get a very big role for play. You very close again to the police. You don't observe what thing and they do. So far with this election, who side you go put them?
Yes, so the judiciary, unfortunately, there's a challenge there. So I was praising the judiciary, particularly in the area of access to justice. So, for example, we don't improve in the area of access. So, for example, now courts and they're all over the place. Court not every day. So I don't tap the back of the Chief Justice and in team for that one day. I don't praise them also for the new courts where they don't establish. For example, we get a court on corruption, we get a court on sexual offense and sexual offenses, we get a court on NACIT, we get a court, a fast track commercial court, small claims court. We also get virtual courts now. So there are some few things them way I don't praise them for, where they do, we're very, very good. Today, where they also talk of new people that they recruit when I professionals them in the judiciary, where they also help for make a difference, So I know can I also condemn the judiciary outright. There are many good things also where don't happen. However, this is my biggest indictment on them. Anytime I write an opinion, I tell them this one, say, when it comes to the administration and dispensation of justice, now they the problem there. When people are coming before we now at the courts, before the court now, when they are before the court, how do we deal with the issues? That is where the court has failed our people. Today we get delayed justice, we get selective justice, we get issue of politics interfering, Now, for example, now there are cases where they don't file. What is the state of those cases? Nobody know. At the very least, list them and read them. Even if you need a reserve for what they ask for, but let the wheels of justice keep turning. The wheels of justice must turn. It must keep turning. Why for halt? So if the judiciary complicit, then Usa will go again. The judiciary is the last hope. When they don't do all things to you, the place society they won't go for complaint. That place there for always be healthy, because they are the last hope, the defender of the people. But today, people do not even trust the judiciary anymore. And that is the problem also where we face at the moment. So now people are even looking for options in the ECOWAS Court of Justice. Can you imagine? So you start asking, why are we leaving our judiciary? We not trust the judiciary anymore. Now we are looking forward to let ECOWAS Court of Justice intervene, because if the entire judicial system able to take the case and for deal with them, perhaps there's a case for inability and unwillingness. And under the principle of complementarity on international law, when a state is unwilling, or unable by its judicial system, then the international system, they come in. That's how it works, So perhaps the case where people make say, well, if the judiciary no one for take them matter there up, maybe let the ECOWAS court come inside. And these are the arguments. But it don't make any sense for let we get a democratic state and the judiciary no one for take up in responsibility. It don't matter which government we in power. The judiciary for be tough. I'll give you example of judiciary the way we admire today. South Africa, the Constitutional Court of South Africa, very powerful. He even indict Mandela, indict Zuma, indict Becky. When they in power, let you see how court powerful. And even when Zuma misbehaved, he jails Zuma. Can you imagine after in presidency? Zuma go over almost 6 months in a prison. This is the kind of court where you go gladly for. The right to water was given by that court. The right to health was given by that court. The right to life was given by that court. The right to education was given by that court. Can you imagine? So let me ask the court today, whose right to they don't give Salon people in? Who go turn back and be proud, say, yes, our judiciary has decided the case for which today we are all enjoying our rights. See now? South Africa is powerful because the Constitutional Court, they're doing work. They hold the country together. Anybody who mistake for abuse the Constitution, the court, they hit a serious one. Kenya also, they make progress in that light. Rwanda, these are countries, Ghana, they only make progress in judicial reform. So what thing they do we? These are questions also for ask whether APC in power, SLPP in power is irrelevant. We should look for structural changes so that we go able for bluff say yes, we have a country we'll go be proud of. But today, nobody knows where to turn anymore. This is the biggest dilemma we have now. And I tell you for free, they all want to discuss and settle this, but who to turn to? That's where we are. The international community are the only hope now, because the judiciary people in the paper go there, and they don't go there. In fact, nothing that happen right now. 2 complaints has been sent there. We have not heard anything as to when they will be heard or when they will be listed. All right, and time they go, and these complaints border on the very election. We get 4 days now for happen. So these are the issues. So now what is going to happen? We don't even know. Everybody in Sierra Leone is like just waiting and trusting God for intervention. The police now, they afraid the police. The army self now, people in the afraid as well. So we are just in fear. And I tell you the reality on the ground now. The country is living in fear. People are always afraid. We don't know what to do. We just pray now, let God intervene and let God in will be done. But that's not how we should live our lives in a democracy. We should have clear picture. We should have clear guidelines as to how we forgo as a country. Today, we dance a meeting a day between the opposition and state institutions them, but we don't know the outcome yet. So we all pray and they left unto God now, let God in will be done in this country. But trust me, people are really, really not happy. And it's like we're in a time bomb. If we not put our heads together, if we not really think smart, now so what can happen? Small spark, trouble will happen. And now our situation is worse because we are now divided by regions and by tribe, unfortunately. Southeast don't snap at themselves, and Northwest don't snap at themselves.
That region and tribe, they're very serious right now, but please just hold on quickly. I want to say on Facebook, we get 1,300 where they watch right now with 1,014 likes. And then on YouTube, we get 2,239 with 641 likes. Please, you really watch now YouTube, and don't forget for like and share the program, because some sensitive things that come up on this platform these they are with regards people because this is not the time for we like educate people, let people know about the real problem within the ground right now. So please share, and you will not subscribe yet, please consider for subscribe as we talk. So right now, welcome to the latest family members them. We get 77,019. Thank you very much, guys. We still get more way for go. We get 2 more days for each 100,000, and I know say we can reach that. And the election program they come on. Welcome to you. We don't join now. The election program they come on. Inside this week we go start time because of course the election are this week. So we go pull now the new studio where you go get for C as we test the studio for you for C. Okay, so we get questions then, but Imran want to ask you. By the way, Imran there so Imran now we guest presenter.
Stroke grandpa.
Mr. Rashid, Daddy Cabo. Bra, when you enter, you make her look bad. You not get a bolo voice like them too. Miss can't say why you deal with Naya. You get a lovely voice, bra. Not to go there way where you not show face. you will make things worse for we. But me, Daddy, even though I don't praise you, I get a bone for pick with you. Because you talk about the issues them where they go now with country, how they're not for daylight. But you don't talk, say, one of the people that where you praise now the judiciary. You say because some of the things that where they don't do, they don't open plenty court them all over the place. But me got a problem with that. I just feel to say, this na gimmick you try for do here. Try for give them a borrowed something where nominating just for make them just feel say you give them praise. When you talk, say they don't get plenty cut. When they not get better cut, at least maybe they work better. It's not like you get the house, you get 5 bedrooms. When things to be bad now, 1 television and get a pala. Where they work. Now for the 5 bedroom, where SLPP can have power, all the room then get television, but now they're none of the work. Because a court is about how they determine cases. They're not a determined case, they're not a list case they don't do that place the way, therefore don't list them. Like right now, we know say there are cases then they were very important for do with the country's stability. So how you go justify then here where you talk about the courts they don't plenty. Chop not to how plenty the chop be. Rescue Boku, but not sweet. But it is small. but it get quality. Because from what you talk, I don't see quality. And a quality we want. And quality is not about size. What do you go say about that, sir?
Wow. This is a good one. Okay, thank you, sir. I like the cap, sir. The cap now, like.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Yes, well, me, young civil society activist, me now also an academic, and I can always teach my students them for be critical and not be cynical. So in other words, if somebody they do bad, but you don't do some few good things, still mention those few good things. As you they talk about the bad thing them and provide recommendations. So now, so me, we on civil society and organization, not they address issues. Now that makes people will say, maybe I don't like they for long and not get no problem with the regime, because I will tell you that I don't be very fierce for address issues them where they do it wrong, but I also don't be very open when they get them correct in some circumstances for come back and applaud them. So they will not say not to malice. This is not for in good faith, not for let we can't go before. And that kind of thing they try for inject in our society. So if, for example, President Bio say what you may, we go give him some credit on legal and policy reforms where it passed. It passed so many key laws them way very important, you know, but the human rights side of them, the economic side of them, it get challenged, and now nobody not going for disputes that one. So when we critique in government, we for also be very bold for acknowledge the few things then way don't happen way good. For example, the Abolition of the Death Penalty Act, the passing of the Jewry Act, the passing of the abolition of the law which criminalize libel. These are all things where we will commend. But notwithstanding, there are things where don't happen, we also for shout and decry. So if even they want for vex, they go for understand, say, nobody know they attack you, sir. We are looking at the issues. We don't acknowledge the good things. So for example, I mean, virtual courts where you do some, it's fine because now you go there oversee, you able for file case, they interview you from overseas to virtual means without you coming to Sierra Leone. Before now, in day, you go for Canada salon and it will cost you so much. For example, if you want to do adoptions, you go for Canada salon for can do the program and the interview, and then you go back. But now you can able to do adoptions, then the two virtual means. When it reach the court, they switch, then they interview direct, and then they give the order. I mean, that ain't at some for salute. It not necessarily mean to say we they still hide the challenges. The court where they introduce on NASIT, the many people and they go complain direct and our court say, and they will forget the NASIT, they will forget the benefits and the like. The court where they introduce also on sexual offenses, it don't help as well in that direction. They for scare people at the very least for not for take advantage on picking them. Now, who said the problem there? So the structure, you need the structure as well, even as they call for the changes. You need to get structures them as well in place. Now, the effectiveness of the structures is something where you correct for being out, and something where now we I don't do right now. So we they are let's say you don't do well.
I'm not cut you words, sir, but in other words,
yes,
you say
yes, sir.
This government actually, when it comes to for pass law, they're really good partner. They the two nobody no go take them. But for them to implement the things that we do inside the law, like every day they violate and things like that.
You are right. You are right. That is the challenge. Implementation and compliance to the laws.
They know they comply. They know they comply with them.
Yeah. So when you pass the law, when you pass the law, you for not only implement the law, but also a lot of comply. If you comply to the law, if you be equal with equality before the law. And the rule of law, Nandi, it says equality before the law. No one should be above the law. So if we pass the law, what we all glad for, we for ensure say the law apply to everyone, including those in government as well.
And I'm also glad you way you did Naya, because you just don't titillate me taste buds.
Yes, sir.
This death penalty where you mentioned, so I be get for make for understand say they for being used constitutional instruments, and we get 2/3 in a parliament, and then we go get a referendum. If that's not happen, then they don't breach the constitution. So how you go praise people that when they breach constitution and then they pass law, they will only follow the supreme register in the country, when are the constitution? Because if the constitution say if a big constitutional instrument, why did they use it? Why they not do the referendum? So would you say the repealing of the death penalty, it passed when they not follow the procedure as they should?
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, you raise a fine question, because even recently me and Mr. Twain get a debates in a class. So there are 2 ways you can abolish the death penalty. And we get countries that will reference also we don't do that the same way. So you can abolish them through passing legislations. In other words, all law that we exist, we provide for death penalty. You can pass one general law, we abolish them, we repeal them. Or you can do a constitutional review. So the route what we use the route of passing a general law, we abolish the other law, them we make room for death penalty. Now follow them the way call for death penalty. We get a law we deal with mutiny, aggravated armed robbery, the issue also of murder, then of course the issue also of 4 crimes. You get mutiny, you get murder, you get aggravated armed robbery, treason. So now they follow and we amend so we pass the Abolition of Death Penalty Act of 2022. So then follow and we create room for death penalty. So we don't abolish now by passing a super legislation we take away that death penalty and then follow them. Now, but the danger we will do so now temporary amendments. I don't write on this. So when we do that kind of way, we pass them through legislation. We don't amend or abolish and proper one in a sustainable way, because the constitution still they make room for death penalty. Section 16 sub 1 and 2 they make room for both death penalty through the court, and of course also extrajudicial killings we go happen even by the police. So until we repeal or we expunge or amend section 16(1) and 2 of the Constitution, we not actually abolish death penalty in a sustainable way. So that's our argument. When you abolish them through the constitutional means, then you don't pull them fine one. But if the Constitution still gets room for taking of life in certain circumstances as enshrined in section 16(1) and 2, then no can tell me say you don't abolish death penalty forever. No. Because again, remember when you do my legislation, a government can't say, okay, waiting, they can't pass new legislation now where they say, if you rape woman, we will kill you and pass new law. So you don't count them back. Now you make enough for abolish death penalty by legislation. That's all Liberia do. And the way a government change, then be come back. So now only when you abolish them by the Constitution.
Yeah,
so any law when they pass, yes, any law when they pass now, it will be in conflict with the Constitution, so it will be null and void. Now you will say,
so don't advise Attorney General when the legal, minded somebody, the legal advisor to the president, then small things that not can pick them up, or they can just decide to give blind eye to them.
The lebele, my brother, lebele.
Well, now debates they would get all the time. For example, now we go to Parliament, we write an opinion. Again, me always say the Parliament also fail the people of Sierra Leone. So they blame the government, I agree, but the Parliament also not try. I'm telling you, there are many things the Parliament are compromised on, and today it haunts them, it haunts everyone. We make a paper who submit, say, hey, if you abolish death penalty in this way. Hello, you get me?
Yes, go ahead.
I said that the kind of speaker who not get it, ultra criminal.
So if you abolish death penalty in this way, it's not gonna be sustainable. We wrote about this, and I even went there, but outside did not give you opportunity for talk. because we don't get the case studies of governments that way do another way they, and where it still come back later on by different offenses. So these are things we can talk about going forward. But again, the parliament can say there were many things that were passed hurriedly in parliament. And today, they are going to hurt us. For example, now, even on this GW Act, so we don't know if the GW Act will really make we get this 30%, because what did the law they say, and even the Public Election Act, now that, for every 3 candidates, 1 shall be a female. Mm-hmm. So what do you really want? Now that for every 3 candidates, the first shall be a female. So by that means many women for don't count parliament too, because the list for number 1 on the list now all they put a party there, but now they didn't have number 3. And for go to number 3, you need to get 2 possible they win before you go to number 3. And because now we get a higher threshold, there's no guarantee that in fact we may have that kind of number. So the woman may really want the first shall be a female, but then parliament will put her otherwise. So these are the things. If parliament will do the right thing, if the woman in the crisis they want for their priority, let's don't jeopardize it. So today we are still going to wait and see whether in fact we are going to have that kind of thing in parliament, in next parliament. So me also, they blame the parliament. There are many things where they compromise on. Politics was all over the place. They not really represent the people. So the other day, I even gave them fail mark on representation, fail mark on oversight, and even a mere pass of 50% on lawmaking. I will tell you why. Because people they argue, say, why me fail them by lawmaking when they pass so many laws? The question where I ask that made them tell me one law where parliament pass on its own accord. Then give me one law where parliament pass on its own accord. In other words, when I generate the law, the discussion, and then agree together and then pass it. Most of the law that come to parliament now, governments are insane and they. The political people are insane and they. So they just try for just use their means and pass them. But in progressive countries, now parliament they generate the law. That would be sustainable.
I think the only one we will talk about are the welfare bill and the welfare law.
Okay. I think so you're correct, yes, sir. I think so you're correct. The welfare bill would SLPP generate and try to put all kinds of things even though we would declare, then pass a secretly.
Okay.
All right. So these are the things we're saying.
We get a lot of things that we get for do with the election. And before we ask another question, me brother want for ask, I want for please beg, because on the eve of the election Friday, we go need for you day with we, for you talk to we about certain things them, where they go on. So from today now Tuesday, today now Tuesday already from your side, Monday to our side still. Yes. So please on Friday, if the election, as with a lot of things then, but my brother they can ask you a question on that. So if at all again for go on Friday, we want for please beg you, say on Friday we want for host you, because certain things then the way we need for understand as we go down to the pool on that particular day. We don't know if you schedule tight on that day.
Okay, all right. I will make time because we had a very nice platform for talk to the world about what's happening in Sierra Leone. And it's important for me that people we're not political, we're objective, we're able to talk the thing them as then they happen at Sierra Leone and make recommendations. Because you see, it's good for condemn, but we can always say, not stop at condemning, make recommendations. How we want for see with Sierra Leone, how for better. Many of them not sabi part, they don't get the idea. And pride, they also unbug them. You have to be humble and learn. We don't go at many places now, we get experience there. We don't see how things happen in many countries. We can provide solutions. So when we write things here, not dismiss them. Look at them again. For example, I don't write many articles on the judicial reform, how we go enhance the judiciary and keep them, insulated from political interference and control. For example, you had I make a commission say, let we get the Chief Justice, make it go the kind of office by way of call for application. Enough of appointing our Chief Justice by the President. Today, Salon well because the President appoints almost everybody. Almost everybody. That is why the country don't get so much politics, because all man now the president they appoint. We have to fight that and make sure we deprive the president of first choice. Let we put merit over in first choice. So, for example, it could be a call for application for the Chief Justice. Anybody who if you say qualify, come, you apply. Then we get an interview, open interview. People and witness the interview. Then get to the best 3. Then justify how they get to that best 3 day. Then all go through the interview. Then we send the list now to the president for choose anyone among of them. We're not afraid again because we know say then 3 they qualify. Now we don't vet them. Now we don't choose them. So we'll choose anyone, but they will choose them. So what's happening? What's going to do now? We don't buffer in first choice. We usually in our politics and in first choice. What to merit. So we don't put merit there. And when they kind of power, they need afraid again because they know say the president was not the first person that chose me. My qualifications gave me the opportunity to come before him. So I can speak to him and deny him.
They talk so most of the time when you get opposition people and then don't see all of them bright ideas there, and then we even agree say yes we go try and do that, but the sooner they reach that particular position, everything don't change again.
I agree with you. So the point is not to say they're not sabi or no waiting at the right thing. Now I don't know if na fear of the job or the monetary considerations, but that should not be the case for a judge. A judge in tenure is so long and protected. So when you go to the seat of a judge, for everything, they think of all kind internally. But today, people are putting their jobs, their salary above their service to the nation. That is where we are having the problem. What do you go? Look, for example, now, I make a case today the other day. I say, look, the tell way Anabai Komami sack the vice president. Now listen to me very carefully. Sam Sumana. That decision day, not to make a correct decision, but all the judges them support him on that decision day. Now, assuming one judge among them for don't say, sir, minus me, I will not support you in this. Now that judge day for don't suffer small for 2 years it was suffer because they foresee like was na traitor, na SLPP judge, they don't bribe them. But after 2 years, the reward for don't come. Because government change, 1. Second, the ECOWAS Community Court also wrong decision will take, then overturn and then blast for we say we wrong. So that judge day, if we don't go through hell for 2 years, but then eventually, if we don't be somebody we will all for respect today, because history for don't vindicate them. And secondly, who knows? It could have even been the Chief Justice by the new government. Say if this man get mind for stand against the president and agree, this man for be a Chief Justice. So there's a price. They don't want to pay the price. That's the problem. Now the PR system also come before them. They all go agree back. It is wrong. PR system for apply in peacetime. That constitutional amendment come because we had war situations. We had places that was not accessible. That was the history will lead to that kind of amendments day. You cannot say it must apply in peacetime. No way. It don't make any sense. But they all also agree. All man afraid. So and nobody dissents. All man agree.
A question on the election, but I want for big since you're in a court right now. We get this prominent case where like every Sierra Leonean don't they forget about it right now. The issue of the Auditor General. Yes. Tell me about this, because this is another bad precedent than they're about for set. And interestingly, whatever precedent they get for setting to the Auditor General, they get for affect again the Supreme Court judges them. Because like if you look into the Constitution also, like the Auditor General and that of them, in terms of discharging the duty or for dismiss them, then they're at the same level. So
yeah, so that case
right now.
No, that case is never before. That case no they ever progress. So you
mean under this government or what?
Yeah, no any government have not even for pull Auditor General. She is highly protected.
Okay.
The law say even if the tribunal where they go now find and wanting, you have to take that decision still to the parliament, and if you get 2/3 majority before you go for removal. It's a Herculean task. So to me, it was just a mere waste of time, perhaps to just in a way keep the institution very silent, you know, and not effective as much. Because you're not going for pull-up, you need to forget 2/3 majority. It's a fork in the road. It's a Herculean task. No government, no able to get as alone. No parliament, not possible. To that high number. So it's just a waste of time. And it's still there as the General suspended, though they get salary, it's still there. But that all one thing we not be glad for. Because that is surely very key for make you know, corruption or for expose malpractice that happen in the civil and public service. It's very important that we maintain that neutrality today and give them that independence day. But today, that is gone. So this is also a problem we are having in Sierra Leone. Almost every institution don't suffer in one way or the other. You know, so to me, we don't know who's out with the head for now. We are in a limbo. We're all confused. Now only God get for intervene because everybody at one. The opposition at one, the government is at one, police at one, Pprc at one, NEC at one, everybody. And whenever a government, you know, setting appear for bill like this, there's going to be a problem. Now God no more for intervene because nobody really listen to company. Nobody listen to company. Nobody. You see. So we they say, I see again, I say, they blame the civil society again because by then now we forget cool acts now for even call them to attention.
What about the interreligious council?
Oh, a point to make so, and even the press.
Yes.
You see, so the media, CSO, interreligious council. Well, of late they make efforts now, but then somebody asked the question, and now you now make the effort. When things on they go bad, and now you now want to make that effort. Why all the time you people not take the lead? Most often, look at me, even Bible talk come. The other day I was telling some people, I said, Bible talk come. When kings them they get problem, God may send prophets them, go talk to them. And when they go, then they talk to them the truth, then they left, then they afraid, and then come back to the normal. David was an example.
Yeah.
David may misbehave. David me keep a woman, you know, impregnate her. He kills the man, he kill the man. All kind of things they do. Now God send Nathan to her. When Nathan go, he put Bible for him. He tell him the truth. David, end of the day, repent and the end of a rule well. So if Nathan me go tell him, me perhaps it's possible to say David for don't continue. They do all in case in the name of thinking that what he was doing was right. Hello? Now they get me?
Yes, we get you.
Yeah.
In fact, we enjoy. We not only they get you, they enjoy the lecture.
Yeah, so we forget Nathan them that's alone. The other day I was telling the bishops and the pastors.
So whether you want to agree to this or you don't want to agree, you're not one of the Nathan them.
Amen.
So yes.
Yeah, with the guy, not easy, not easy.
You know,
but you see, now let us don't speak before you answer. Something happened in South Africa, very unique. And then here I can explain them where they talk, you know, to people in the society, in salon. When Mandela was arrested, listen to me carefully.
Yes, sir.
People let me feel to say the course done. Like everything finished. Somebody when they watch Mandela, we believe in the vision. Archbishop Desmond Tutu.
Yes.
He pull in gown, he pull in chain. Now the pulpit, he can't down. He said, from today, I will be a pseudo Mandela to continue the fight. I believe in this man. I will pray for this man till God bring him back to the nation. He put in laying life, he all in wealth, that they cannot steal to, he pull in collar. He the challenge by the person that kill me. Mandela all day say, but what day? I represent in spirit and I go then I say God free him for me. I can't deliver away at this place. Then beat her all with in gown. He only gown the challenge with man them. But man look in and afraid them and said, this man. Then jail her all. Eventually, when Mandela come out, Mandela go all in hand. He said, I found in you a priest. We pray for me. Say, I cancel. So what God do? God give him much more years. He buried Mandela before he dies. So that is the kind of people we want to see in South Africa, in Sierra Leone. Where is our Desmond Tutus? With the grab and speak at this time. Look at now. All man they afraid in the country. Where is our men of God? Where is our pastors? Where is our bishop? We go speak and declare the counsel of God when they go fade and stop all waiting they happen. So now we walk begin and then go talk and then go pray.
Now that's when they begin say God save we country Sierra Leone from the problem.
Only one they need for call a summit where they all the old hand they come on a door and say no.
But even when I save the lawyer them, even when I save the lawyer them, when I don't pay because now Botswana the lawyer they all come on a treat. They hold their hand and challenge the government, then carry the government on a court. Where will not serve that?
Well, let's shock you now. One brave lawyer, when I'm a colleague, Augustine Mara, he don't even write the bar association. Yes, he don't write the bar association. Recently said, let we pull a position statement up to now. No, but some of we don't be motivated. And I think we have to aspire for such positions in the future. Yes. Now, I think the only one away from, but we have to go for bar presidency and secretarial positions. You need people in way
because you know about the case now Botswana where the president sacked the chief justice, where the whole lawyer in the country. They say you don't get that power. We need independence. They all come in the street until then correct them. The lawyer and not go back in the house.
Yes, you are right. You know? The lawyers have a role to play. And in fact, the TRC indict we. The TRC reports, go there, you go see the TRC, the indict lawyer, then say, lawyer, then be complicit, they not do nothing for defending people of Sierra Leone. They know. So why they read that report? Yes. Yeah. They all lock them out, say the work come, nobody not able to snap or talk against the government. Everything they just been afraid and compromise. And then the TRC report blame lawyers them. Now they would also. And if we don't speak up and stand up for what is right, and they tell you for free, other reports will name me back, say we were complicit. So some of we, that like we don't choose now, say, well, we let the report say few lawyers they may will speak up. That's why we are doing it. We are doing it with courage, we are doing it with respect. We let it cost nobody, but they say, let we do this right. Election not to war. They are laid down procedures and principles for follow. If we don't follow them, things don't go on fine at all. And that's why me and our possible they partner with ECSI right now. We don't help greatly for training people, on many reform issues. But when they not get them correct, and they come back and talk to the commissioner, talk to the people and say, no, let you not do it this way. That's what the law say. If you are doing it this other way, there will be problem.
But RASHID, one thing the way you talk about where I want for pass inside. You remember you talk they say when people are not for candidates, they're not for do their procession, and they people they sign. Now they court the judge talk for say no, freedom of movement is paramount. We're not for tinker with that. But the man at Pprc is a lawyer, and I be senior lawyer and senior lawyer.
I agree.
So not of us saying an outside person. He's a lawyer. We're supposed to like he say hot to know better. But now in the one we go bring people and come for can make an undertaking. Where undertaking is not good enough.
So that thing where you go say again, politics over the right thing. Actually the story is right now.
And the man where they talk about David, the woman where go put on Panabashiba, where the pastor, where the prophets come, he tell them for say, he said now you kingdom David, something don't happen. He said one man don't go take some poor farmer, he sheep them. He don't kill them. Now David say, who that man they bring a la dilutan now. Now he say also no other person are you. People were. Now he's gonna grow straight away they lament. So you are right, my dear brother. I love you.
RASHID, if you follow the program right now, watch the comments. You will see how many Sierra Leoneans them where they urge we now say, please, we need for bring you now this platform back because as Mr. said they talk to you, I said more from today to pass I open more for talk show. We are students them, we not sound like so many uncle right now in the country, we know the land. We know the what happened?
Me uncle, go ahead, continue.
We not sound like so many uncle know the land. But the truth is that you now a useful lecturer in the country. This particular college, you not lecturer, but a useful lecturer in this particular college. So now,
Yes, sir.
people they look at certain things them where they go on, where don't bring plenty doubt and fear now the country. You as a lawyer and a activist, human rights activist,
And a
right?
lecturer.
Let me
Yes.
ask you this question. We see inside the main opposition party don't raise a lot of concern them to ECSL, but this election, we're not just few days for make we come to the election. But up till now, we not see ECSL raise any concern of waiting the one that they bring up, but we see them just they push election. Waiting you think about this as they're not able to address the issues there, but then they forward for go to the election. What do you think?
Yes. So in with peaceful rights, I think indirectly we they question the approach. So as an integrity institution, so me they look at from the fact say ECS is an integrity institution. If players them where you they ref a match over, one of them don't raise some things them we have to do with your integrity for conduct the match. I think it make a lot of sense for pause small and call that aggrieved party day to the table and look and see what it is say. If at all there are merits there, you address them. If there are no merits there, you can also make a statement. Say, well, I don't look at these things, but I don't see merits there. This is not X, Y, Z. But let's take you to a few things, perhaps, where to me, you see, I can just laugh small because I say, put it here to a big thing that really for do. What is at this thing? So, now, for example, now, the voter lists or the register, it automatically get for be displayed on polling day. Now we all go watch where would they tick and sign and then go take with card them. So it get for be displayed. And polling agents say get for see. SLPP get for see, APC get for see. Perhaps if new they knew also they knew get for see. Because they all go cross check. Anybody will come, then they cross check. They cross check. What's saying the right person, the right name, the right face, all anything. So to me, I ask the question, so waiting really be wrong now for even give that particular register the way for display on that day, waiting really wrong. Who's harm we go cause if you release them to all man now? Who's harm? That's the question I want to ask perhaps ECSL.
Who's harm of personal information?
Okay. I hear defense there as well. But then the question is again, the personal information where perhaps is being said has to do with name, date of birth, place of birth, age, and the like. But understand also that in an election, age is an important factor. Somebody has to determine whether in fact that person meets the age requirement. So you cannot now say it's you are protecting the information. No, that information is important to be seen by all parties to know whether in fact that candidate is eligible as provided by the Constitution. So it is not time to now say you want to protect. No, protection does not apply there because that age ought to be verified. It's a factor. You cannot say now, no, I protect them. And again, don't forget, this is a public exercise, it's a public election. And those information ought to be given to the parties. SLPP, APC, NGC, anyone who wants them, forget them. Because you need for now know, say, all my way day under meet the 18 years and above age. See now? So that defense, they may not agree with that defense the way I read the ECSL commissioner, they say, you don't protect the names and the age and the place. No, that's not the time to protect it. It has to be verified by the parties to see, in fact, that you have the right people coming to vote. Now, there were other things where APC asked for, perhaps not for even make an issue because they are now asking for so many things. But there are some minimum things where perhaps ECSF will meet. For example, that register is a minimum requirement threshold. You have to even display it on the very day of the election. Because now they can sign.
So
Follow
why
the
the
paper.
island?
So there's no to hide anymore. It has in 4 days from now, it has to be displayed. So why you want to make them people can all this session to ransom now on that small thing there? Give them everything. Give them. So it was something that was easily to be dealt with. I don't know why this thing was prolonged, cut some here, put some here. No. Give them as it will be on the day when people will come to vote. How that comprehensive day for day. Now so they want time. They say they want to see the name, the place of birth, the age, the number, the sex, the face. Then they want to see. Give them now in for display. It don't make any sense. It don't make any difference.
So, Lawyer Rashid, as you read this area, now the main side with this, so I still ask you, you think say the election they go as it's planned, or it go just stand like how APC they don't stand say if waiting they ask for they no rectify them, then no they agree. We go mean say the election.
So we still get few days. Let me say importantly we get now minds then we liberal for talk to each other. You see how I talk to you now, so you see now? Because me not about politics, me I they look at the thing genuinely say, but this little thing where for keep because you have to make it public on election day. If the man wants that kind of comprehensive thing, they want to see every name, face, sex, age, all anything and they for verify, give them, ma'am. So again, the election we go say it depends on who that they negotiate now. If we have people who they negotiate with open mind, give us in blame, who say blame for day, who say look at me, there are many things also APC they ask for, not make any sense. Trust me. There are things where they ask for say, okay, now for all thing, when they go audit you now, when they go this, so sometimes you that is too far a stretch. You give for be clear for sure, waiting you know doubt and waiting you want me then check. But we say, okay, stop all thing for us, Lord, and all it now in all a vague. So there are things where it's going for reply to APC, say APC, no, this one, you don't know what you want to audit. Be specific on it. Otherwise, you can't get us here. But for the one on the data, for example, also the one on the ballot papers, in fact, this one I had the killer. To me, I just smile, say, Papa God, save we. Because if we are saying we're going to, hello?
We even notice at some point, say, ECSL prints some ballot paper, the presidential ballot paper in the country, when at this morning with the Northern, they find one, where they use the presidential election for the one day where they go pilgrim. And then they not even make the opposition or any other party see them before they do the one, they then just blow.
No, to me, now this one even don't create the whole problem now. You see, up until that time where APC made a press conference and give ultimatum, people don't understand really much about what they happen. But when this election, this early voting take place, and it take place after the commissioner get an interview say that the paper they not carry to they will come Saturday. So everybody now, including all manner salon will ask, all manner they ask, who sana you put paper there? For many people I go vote. So it creates a whole doubt. If this one will happen, now impel the entire case of ECSL.
And make them very difficult for them. Then go trust them to the printer. Then go talk.
I tell you, it make them very difficult for them now. For make perhaps people and even sorry for them small. Because if you say the paper not carry it, but yet you still conduct election before they come, where did you get?
I think that God exposed them.
One. No, now give me small time.
Then complacency.
Go ahead.
Yes. The first question, who say you get about the pass? One. Second, how many you print? 3. I mean, where the procurement process where you follow? Now by tender, now by special. What do you follow? How you advertise this one? Because if we all don't know, then you get a serious doubt into the process. You see, now there the problem day. Not to even now the data.
So
now this one way
this thing now. Say, now then get the sole right to them property them, even if now then wait and then get now then design them and then get right for print.
Uda.
ECSL now the defense than the way Albert Massacre put this morning say now then get sole right so now then get the copyright. Now them they give now then do the design and send them to the company where they go now just printing and then they do all thing. So them inside the country now then decide for printing one way them pilgrims say they for use.
Now the point that it's just I know they work, no go work that kind of way. It's a public institution. You have to follow public procedures and processes. You know, there are procurement procedures and processes for every public institution. So now what they say, we not from let them be exempted. If you are a public body, you have to follow procurement processes in anything where you do, because the money now the people of Sierra Leone money, taxpayers' money, and that can be audited. So you have to follow the process. You have to advertise. You have to ask for tender bidding. Okay, then you get the best quality for the best price. Then you make a known, you know, to all the parties. Because now election, any doubt within the process, that go hinder the credibility of the process. Right. So that investor not go all water, because then a public body and they're subject to public procurement processes. All right. So let us know how many of us even were aware of this election. So now, let me make this point before you ask me the next question.
We're going to ask you again.
Now, all man don't afraid now. Ali voting. Ali voting, I mean, nice thing. It make me, I feel bad because Ali voting, I mean, nice thing. If now good thing introduce, if we do, I'm fine. Because something can possibly go on for go operation, possibly go on for travel. You know, 2 weeks before the election, thing will happen. You get an opportunity for come vote. You know, but if we do, I'm fine. Nothing way for don't be so unique at the country. But now, on the first time, we don't make the kind of blunder. So now, perhaps now, how now people go see Ali voting again going forward? People go afraid now. This is the thing. That's why we are saying anything we do, win a new thing, Lord, do it right. Because if we set a bad precedent, tomorrow all man go afraid Ali voting. They will say, hey, they want to use the back and finish we back and do the last time. So that was a mistake. To me, if the people don't come 8, therefore don't sacrifice Ali voting. Because the boundary parts are important. Now, one country for producer, you know, push are 2 different countries, you know, and it will create a lot of doubts. Now, then they raise that out today, and that out don't make it, you know, what snap are we? So we are trying to solve the issue of voter register now. Boundary part again. Not can make it more worse. Don't add more insult to injury. So that's why we are. We hope and pray that good heads will meet and then take a decision that would be the best interest for Sierra Leone. But trust me, the doubts don't increase so much. And we as CSOs also know they help, because we don't want to talk the truth anymore, you know, and they're afraid and not do the right thing. And that's the worst situation. So we are looking forward to waiting God will do, you know, for the miracle way God will play for touch the heart of everyone. For come to the right thing and do the right thing for the Sierra Leone.
Lawyer Rashid, one unique part of a program now for let you get the opportunity, let people get the opportunity, maybe for just commend you or for ask direct question. So let just use short term quickly for let people get the opportunity for ask you question where maybe we no member or not even know of. So there, let just take few calls then quickly, yeah?
Yeah. SLPP, can I ask him one question?
Yes, go ahead.
My brother Rashid, you just said they have integrity. If they have integrity, how Mohammed Kone came out and says, I'm not going to resign. If he did that here, security would kick him out. Because when they ask you to do stuff, you are, like you said, you know, I've always said this, he's been paid by the public. And you run in a public office. You don't have a right to talk to people like that with arrogancy and rudeness. That is very disrespectful. And I think for me, as an activist, he has to resign. There's no other way to that. He has to resign with an apology.
Wow.
Yes. You said you are a lawyer, right? I'm going to, you know what you said. And this he has to. There's no other way to that. Okay.
Yes.
No. Salon. Okay. So, we are all product of Salon. We are all product of Salon. It doesn't matter where you are. Like Bob Marley said, we are all Africans. You know, it doesn't matter. And that's the same problem we are facing here. And I've said this over and over, you know, when we have, you know, in the medias, because this is the problem we have. If we, in our own place, they don't respect us. How do you expect other people to respect you? Like, you know, I live in the States. And when George Ford, something happens. You had Fatima said something. You don't respect your own people. This is why the people here, okay, the black people don't have respect because they don't have a home. And when things happen here, who called them Ghana? I called and I said, you can call these people. It's an investment, okay? You call them, you gain, they gain too. We have a lot of land. You call them and, and invite them. Every black man is an African. You call them and say, come here. This is your home. If you have a home, you have respect. And you cannot, we're all humans. And, and we both run the same circle, me and you, because, we are humanitarian. And if you take that, my dad always said, if you take respect out of human, then they're nothing. They're nothing, absolutely. And that's what our people are suffering over there for, because they have no respect. The government don't respect them. How can you, as a leader, my brother Rashid, you have your home. When something happens to your kids, somebody comes and go, bam, bam, bam. And if you're there, you go to see who is knocking with that force. You're going to come there to protect your kids. And things keep on happening there. He's not saying anything. So he too should go. We don't want, if the people don't want you, you cannot sit there. You cannot force yourself where you are not wanted.
Yes.
We have to say that. We have to say that as an activist. We have to stand up for our people. We have to fight the fight. We have to fight the good fight. This, why I've been calling you, and this is killing me. It's killing me because I have to go to the Senate every month and make presentation. I have to send them to State Department. Like what is happening now, I have direct contact. I keep on sending it. We should not be doing this to ourselves. We should be our brother's keeper. If you love, you don't hurt anybody.
Okay.
You should take those people as your own kids.
Let me just give Lawyer Rashid 2 minutes for a response, and then we take a few calls.
So thank you, Ma. Thank you. I got your point, and I admire your passion and your zest for reforms in our nation. But what I say basically, I don't really say then get integrity or not get integrity. What I said, the ECSL now an integrity institution for be an integrity institution. Any institution where they conduct election for be an integrity institution. Now, so I say, me not get the power for talk to somebody saying not get integrity or get integrity. But when they do things we're not correct, me go bring them out. So I don't bring out some point them. I say there was nothing wrong in giving the data as it will be on the day of election.
Okay.
It's something that will be seen by every party on the election day. Now when they go watch first before they give you the paper, they will sign them all. Say now we name this, now we face this, now we age this, now we need number this, then we pass that stage now, they mark out -1.
Okay.
They'll go to the next stage. So waiting wrong for Guillaume now to everybody for seeing. That was something that could have been done.
And that's not the biggest question we ECSS still need for address. Thank you very much. Let me just take a few calls then because we don't get enough time again. And on YouTube we get 2,512 with the watch we. Please do not forget for like because 873 likes. And on Facebook we get 1,200 with the watch we right now with 1,338 likes. Please do not forget for like and share the program. And you will not subscribe it. Please consider for do so. We cancel 2 calls them as we try for set up the system. Please do not forgive we not to select to the select call. Now just not being fixed up. And then the guest be the making point. So go on the line now and begin take a few calls.
All right.
1 minute per call. Please just if you want to ask your question, ask and direct it to Dr. Lawyer Rashid.
Quick one. Hello, caller. You welcome. Your name and where you call from?
Hi, this is Momodu from London. I just want to say thanks to now all day. And I'd always stay, in fact, forget me, brother, in full name, Mr. Ture, right? Is he and Ibrahim Sila Ture what? Historians, we can always give you vibes then about African and Sierra Leone history. So please do Ture, yes. So please, Mr. Ture, yeah. And SLPP and you two guys there. I always wanna thank you, Miss Fatima. Obviously, Asabi, I'm very well. Thanks. I think, to be honest, I'm not being here. I'm not there at the start of this program. I just come in now. But what I would like to say is this country is as a crossroad, and to the decent way ECSL I feel say therefore don't do by now. Corner, in fact.
All right, 1 minute per call. Please go direct to the question or the comment. We go on the line again.
I call from Uyad.
You're welcome on the show. 1 minute. Go ahead. Your name.
I call from Uyad. I just want to make a comment on the attack where they go against APC and also Marabio where they threatened the former president. And also SLPP, they only talk about Adebayo. I say they don't get no message. They don't get nothing for talk about, which they don't do for this country. They don't get nothing for talk about. So instead, they bring Adebayo, they threaten the former president, then they go and threaten an APC, they attack the supporters them. They don't get nothing for offer. So they ask me, people, do you wanna go vote? And they can same here and Trump will do in America.
Seconds.
Okay, so when I go vote, dear, when I go vote, when I get them out.
All right, the line's still open. Please call and go straight to your point. Your name and who you call from.
You're welcome on the show. Your name and who you call me from.
Yeah, hello, how are you?
Thank God.
Your name and who you call from, please.
Yeah, this is a moment from Germany.
Go ahead.
I just want to Rashid know say ECSL not ready for conduct election. They already don't program for go put out their results. They get a result already. We don't fix for go announce out there. So that the main reason they put all these delaying tactics. But what you tell is that I think that plan is not gonna work because the one thing they will know say that country they right now they on time bomb. And they not go if people are not grab right now for can't talk the right thing like what Rashid say for come out and state the fact out there. Trust me, brother, me you because now we go to the problem. They are ask anybody where involved in our country, they come out and say the truth before ever the country explode right now because time bomb.
Hello, caller. You welcome on the show. Your name and where you calling from.
Hello, how are you doing?
Thank God. Your name.
I just get a question for the lawyer.
Go ahead.
Regards to always say it don't explain so. Is there any way like they go able to reverse everything or let this man just resign and let this election go free and fair election?
Thank you very much. All right.
Very nice question, Ecsl.
Right.
Very nice question.
Keep
because right
on
now,
the
the running back, yes.
Hello,
and
caller.
if
You
I
welcome on
go,
the show. Your name and where you calling from.
yes.
Well, they call all the way right now from outside the yard.
Okay.
You get 1 minute. Go ahead.
The reason we to make with the call now, we try for tell Mame Kone, say we already in a street now. Whether he resign or he not resign, waiting if they look for this country, if they get them. Tell Mame Kone say we all ready for do waiting in one for see, and we ready for come on at any time, whether they talk to we or not. Mame Kone for resign at this country. If for resign before the 24th, if for resign.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hello, caller. You welcome on the show. Your name and where you calling from.
Hello?
You did live. Your name.
Yes, me na a caller. Me na a concerned citizen. They call from the US. Hello?
1 minute. Go ahead. Now listen to yourself.
Yes. Okay. What thing are they try for say? Then thing they have where all they happen so. Then they beat people them, then they chat people them, then they burn us. Anytime APC come out for rally, then they attack them, then they butcher them. But Mother Bio they say nothing. And if Mother Bio they look weird, they watch weird, then that means he know everything where they go on. But he give a deaf ears and blind eyes to it. But if they ask President Koroma, Anes by Koroma, and Samuel Kamara for the zone Adebayo. Let him take care of them and they first before he advise Anes Koroma.
Hello, caller. You welcome on the show. You name and where you calling from?
Yes, hello, Riyadh. Animally, I call from Europe.
1 minute. Go ahead.
I want to tell lawyer RASHID DUMBUYA very, very big thank you because of the kind of explicit explanation we don't get to everybody. However, I want to say, at this moment, everybody in Sierra Leone is hypocrite, including the international community. You know, during, and post elections, you say you observe elections. You know, how many atrocities will don't happen. We, international community, have never seen any press release for condemn all the violence that will happen, despite the peace process. So they say they sign.
So make something very clear for you. International community don't make them very clear. Say they're not there for interfere. At the end of every process, then they pull together their statement. That's all. They're not there for condemn or not condemn. Not to the
but listen, I take an exception to that. They said and they monitor during, and after election.
Very well. Observe.
Yes.
Use the word observe.
Yeah, you do observe. Yeah. But all of them things, then they have to be discussed. You not go wait till something don't happen, then you say you observe.
All right.
Then coming to lawyers, them.
Lawyer RASHID go note that one day. Maybe he get better answer to that particular question. Day.
Hello, caller. You welcome on the show. 1 minute. You name.
Yes. We had.
You like.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you do? It's not large. They come from Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, I not get much for say, but I just want to say this. The problem we would suffer from today, we all, and they even pull me safely, including me. Sierra Leoneans we full of hypocrisy. Now hypocrites, now I don't want that we so today. Now I don't make this motor man, it turn tyrants now we so today in salon. Because look this man when they talk. He said they even write a letter, some lawyers, and then they come out for this they will push up. Like everybody just feel like say no more in big pass for even Comonado. So man they feel say no, me I need to go there, man, no see me. We all hypocrites. This hypocrisy na get for me. And if we sit down, this mother bill, he gain back this power. We don't die in a salon. Some of you know in a salon.
Hello, caller, welcome on the show. 1 minute. You name and where you calling from?
Hello, I didn't know the ad, but I didn't at the junction between hellfire and heaven. Presently now we had. Nothing will pull me in at this coming election will be fair and fair election. A question to the lawyer. This particular time, na campaign time or not just talking about Adebayo or something else? Because we don't see any campaign. 2007 election, I see campaign from the SLPP, PMDC, APC. But this particular one, a campaign and they on a first beat born popular houses. And this is not correct.
10 seconds.
I saw the constitution say, I saw the law say, I saw for campaigns. They are well the law help. If this is not campaign time, on a for talk about Adebayo or something else. No. I don't see no topic from people and thank you.
Well, I welcome on the show. Your name and where you calling from. You get 1 minute.
Yes. I name Mohamed Khan. I call from Columbus, Ohio.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. What you make for say is that people where we put before for let them govern, they are not sincere enough. And at this point in time, if the ECSL no one for do the right thing, they need for step down, and for a matter of fact, they don't do a corrupt act where they try for jeopardize the nation. Mohamed Kone, he need for go in jail. He need for step down and go to jail.
10 seconds.
He need to put on a jail. And the president, he need for come out and make a statement. If you don't make a statement, that means to say all the bad when they go to saloon, he is responsible. And America, they don't pull statements.
All right, 4 more calls for round up the phone call for tonight. 4 more calls. Hello, caller. You welcome on the show. You get 1 minute. You name and where you call me from.
Hello, my brothers. How are they do?
We thank God.
Yeah, praise God. They call from the yard. I dey call from France. Her name Sonny anyway.
Right.
Yeah. But I dey try for ask the lawyer if they know they see what they go on. Because look, one old resident, one old office, then go born and back today. Any day them people here they do bad in this country. But na so Munku bounce na problem oh. Munku bounce na big problem. They get for know that. They don't go ahead for destroy chap people and everything. Hey, that's something they cancel, that's something don't cook so. Lawyer until they see, una all they see. Now you know more. I get for tell you now. Right now, all thing don't end. Anything can happen at any time from now. In that.
All right, 3 more calls for round up the program. Hello, caller. You welcome on the show. You get 1 minute. You name and decide you call me from.
Yeah, I call from London. I really appreciate the lawyer. At least he explains a lot of things. The question I want to ask is, if I want to know.
Please reduce the volume of your set. You get just 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah. You get me now?
Go ahead. You don't hit your time.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate the lawyer explanation. He really don't try a lot, but actually I think say the whole problem what we get here now the judiciary and the present government. Now then they actually the hold people them to ransom. You know, so which I want to really know, like if the election really go ahead with all the points where they don't mention.
All right, so they take 2 more calls. Hello, caller. You're welcome on the show. You get 1 minute. Your name?
Yeah, I name Samuel. I call from Weird.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, the question is, going through the entire process, how the early election takes place, don't the lawyer think in a recipe for cure by allowing, first of all, the printing of the ballot papers then within Sierra Leone, and even talking of the enveloping without any numbering of the envelope. That notwithstanding, we also think of saying that then will count the ballot during the day. Yeah, during the day of the election. Not for the day then vote. So I believe all ballots supposed to be counted before, if even they want to do the early election.
All right, last call. The last call for tonight. Sister Admin, welcome.
Yes, hi, good evening. Hi, Facebook, hi, YouTube. RASHID, good evening. We thank you so much where you always pop in at this platform here, so because you dedicate to it so much, and I just want to make one request to you. Please, we just want to see you more often here, so we go learn, how you call it, the law in Sierra Leone, what did happen there, because tonight, I would say for me, this is one of the best programs there right now. It's nice to me listen to, because I really sit down and I understood every word we come out of your mouth, and I able to put the dots them together for society you come up from. So thank you so much. We just want to thank you for your bravery, your courage, and your truth where you feel tonight, But the question to you is, if you get advice, we go out for deep. What thing would be your advice to the government and the opposition and yourself for make the right thing will be done? You think that this election must be proceed, or you think that for put them on hold and make the Sierra Leonean and get the happiness? What is the young what really did they ask for? Let them get the free and fair and credible election. What did they look for? So please, dear, I beg, just answer these questions they asked for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Admin, and thank you to everybody. Now, we end the phone calls them for make lawyer RASHID respond to now if not get better time again for go rest. Over to you, lawyer RASHID. Don't listen to your family members, them. They don't concern them. They don't come and ask you towards the presentation. What's going to be response to them, please?
Yes, thank you very much. This is so interesting, and I'm happy with all across the world. You people in the call from, so it's awesome. It's a nice program, and thank you. We had God bless you now. Now, make I go quickly to the response. So first, somebody asked about me viewpoint on waiting they happen currently or a campaign. This they happen on a FET. Again, law will be clear. We have to blame again the Pprc. Pprc and then get the responsibility for regulate political parties as in they carry out their political activities. We not see nothing that they do in this regard. Not a single statement has been made by Pprc against any of the parties' them behavior. This is a disgrace, and I think we will call them out honestly. They don't fail. When they go out for do their campaigning, Pprc for they watch. Anyone will do thing or make comments, we not correct.
But then Kindede, we don't see them. Then team up there.
Yes, but then what have you said when you heard what was said? What you not say? You're not putting up press release, you're not condemn, you're not fine, you're not even bring to a book. Anyone part them will contravene the code where they sign as they go out in this. So again, let's blame the Pprc. Many things have gone wrong. Nothing is being said by the Pprc, when the regulator. Somebody also talk about the way forward in terms of, in case now this election or so no go on, waiting go be the kind framework where perhaps we will go into. This is now a very, serious question for ask yourself, because some man they say, well, the government will take 3 months. Some man they say, well, it's too much. Some man they say, well, we can do the election. So many things they go on right now. And I think say, now the kind of talk that for the get right now for the look at, should there be that situation they waiting will be the outcome? How we go get a transition? How we will get a unique, situation where no create also problem for the constitution and the like. But then me want for end with my advice. Somebody asked the question, this last caller, and I think that the right question asked me. Wait now, my advice to the government, to the opposition, and to ECSL. Make us start with the government. The government, and I go one for end. The government that they in control, the duty to protect, to respect, to fulfill, to promote, it rests upon you. Even though the president in time London now is still a caretaker president and a caretaker government, they still get in control. Now they still get all the resources and everything. So the higher bar should come from them. Now therefore, if we for manage this thing come out fine. If it well, it will be recorded that it was in their tenure that this country go back to war or go back to conflict. So government for do all it can, and through institution and for make sure say this thing come out fine, and there is no problem at the end of the day. Now let me come to the opposition. The opposition, the truth is this: they don't bear. There are many things that don't happen where for don't spark some violence. But they don't hold themselves together, and this is something we must commend them for, making them continue for holding themselves together. Because now, with the this net or this be them born offices them also na southeast of APC. Yes, important may APC not tell the members them, or may they allow the north or the western area retaliate. Important may they call all man say, do I not retaliate? Born no SLPP office. Make them just maintain and they let the people officers alone see exactly the situation. Because if they now mistake for call the members them back for retaliate, then our war will not begin so. So important may they hold themselves together in this turbulent time and not allow the provocation for get to that point to say they will now also say, hey, we say for retaliate. This way they engage so important. If they believe they get a strong case for making them call for a push of election, may they continue for push that case in a peaceful way. We know we create chaos at the country. Now we don't see APC get more crowd, much more crowd as well, like SLPP. When they come out and then there's there, so all my Allah, they flop the field and even the entire street that Eastern. So that in itself is scary. If that kind of crowd come on a door, I tell you, there will be chaos in our country. So important when they engage still, then they do all the complaints to the right channels and even the international community, and then take the stand in a peaceful way, but may they not ginger anybody for faith or for come out in a bloody way. That will be a disaster. Already, South, there is some issue of attacks that happen there. So if APCF begin anything now trust me, it will get
So that asks
bloodier than
question, since
Rwanda.
we talk about that,
Yes.
we see
Yes.
one time in the way President Biobin they talk about lawlessness. They talk about how some people in the video themselves when they commit some atrocities, yeah. But we find out say during this campaign to this time where they talk so all of the one the way they commit problem at the southeast and the video themselves and then they send message. Some message go specifically so some minister say Mr. Minister for example Minister of Information so in naming come up say we don't block the road. We not they allow nobody the presidential candidate for Kainsa that na see. We see this one today when then the video and say we don't come put fire on this office here. And in fact they even go lock the gate and tell and say we even begin one after the one by one. We see another video where then they go na bonds and then say when they go clear the remaining remnants of the SLP of the APC, we go finish them. Then the video themselves and interestingly the one na bonds we play a video again where indeed then go and commit the problem. But I ask government person, they say they not see all of them things and then they're not
no. We had the international community is also taking notes. There are things we're very clear right now, and we all know. But what we pray for and we thank God for when the North don't retaliate or the Western area in like manner. That is something we should thank. See, God they help we. Trust me. Always say the happen so it clear say God they in control. Because trust me, now provocation away. Not self will say, okay, we said we go do the same thing. Now, so what they begin. You see?
So in we thank God when happen, what thing the police they do? Because we find out say if opposition do small thing, then they pull press statements. When chairman when he made for APC talk something Cambia and Apostloco, then pull statement. But all of them there they know they talk.
Yes, so a good back there we all see now say our institutions don't fail in the country. No, it's not sign them who all the see say yes. The problem don't big pass everything now. Our institutions not able for take on and do the right thing anymore. That is where we are. We are in a quagmire. And this they create more distrust for public institutions. When we say until they happen and there are no arrests and there are no people brought to book, it questions the security forces. All right. So me they say the government need to do more for ensure say they go after anyone who want to breach the peace, where they take the law in their hand and cause problem. It could be from the south, from the east, from the west, from the north. Any side way happen, we for go and arrest any people and bring it to book. Because if it happen now at the north, then definitely there will be reprisals. And that's how war can start. North now will go after south, and south will go after north, and west will go after this, and then they go mess the country up. So we thank God when we don't have any retaliation. We pray say go happen this way and let people and look at this issue tomorrow and go see, because I live in last people were inside the office when they born them. So we don't even know whether they are true or not true. My last thing now that to ECSL. ECSL, me I they talk to you now, me now a valued partner. In fact, I don't support ECSL so much. Then glad it say because I was with them helping with the PR system. They go to college them, they go to places them, they teach the people them for understand what is this PR system. Because I'm a very new system, protected, and they really respect me. So I'm talking to you today as a valued partner. This nothing a way for solve. If them they ask you for simple things they can do them, engage with them. The data has to be public anyway on election day. Release that data. Usai na go wrong, you accept Usai na go wrong, and you make amends. Assure again, everyone say this election I go do them in a way where reflects the credibility we deserve. If me to say want for add more people for man every side of even check the ballot, everything step by step, open up the system. That's how it is. Because the more you close, the more you say no, I don't agree, the more people will suspect you. And now there are mistakes that don't be made already. We don't question also in our integrity in some way, because there was no need to push for early ballot voting and get a separate ballot paper will not be checked by other parties. That I don't know the procurement procedure, who did it, where the principal people, everything was just a mess. So the need for apologize on Andy, the need for talk and tone down, not for making now proud and cockiness. No way. You are a referee. You have to make sure you bring everybody on board. So we'll get a very smooth and credible election at the end of the day. But for the stiff neck, they retaliate into the right approach. So as a value partner, I'm saying engage more, open up more. Who say you need for make adjustments, make them. Who say you need for apologize. We all can make mistakes as human beings and take responsibility. And then let we see what will happen. But if we go in this way, then definitely we go widen this trust. And trust me, if anything go wrong down the line, history will also mention, say, the ECSL was complicit in some way, you know, and perhaps also contribute to what happened. We pray that God will take control even at this time and make it at all cold, because again, they're at all one. Opposition at one, government at one, ECSL at one. Now I make with the say we get bad outcome at the end of the day. May they all at cold and say this nothing way for can be solved easily if they all get good faith. APC want for see more transparency. They want for cross-check all the dots and the T's, open up and give them that confidence. Don't allow the government for perhaps control you and for dictate to you. You now they get free now. Now you they in charge. Make sure say all the players then you give them equal treatment and allow this process for done in a peaceful and amicable way. The security sector also get a role for play. They need for show fairness in the security of the nation and for political parties. They not for be biased. They for stay focused for secure the state. Not to APC or SLPP secure, and for secure everybody. The time for kill people is over. Right now, as I speak to you, all eyes are on Sierra Leone. International community, then at Sierra Leone, plenty. Satellite or they over Sierra Leone, plenty, then they watch and see. This is not time for me to showcase professionalism in their security work. If they mess up, the Sierra Leone will have to go through a lot. In fact, ICC, I speak to you also, get a representative right now at the gun. Nominate international lawyer and no lengthy there so. They are also looking for cases for perhaps investigate down the line. So we are at a crossroad. And I pray that God will touch hearts them tonight and even tomorrow. Make them think about Sierra Leone first and forget about them party. The loyalty too much on parties. That is what is killing my nation. All man loyal to a party above the country, above the nation. People are perishing. People are going through pain. People, what is civil society? Civil society are the crisis. Civil society. What are we doing? Today we should now be writing paper and communicate and give it to ECSL. ECSL will demand you for do X, Y, Z. I make a thank new way take the bull on for expose certain things then recently. That's a brave heart decision. For letting tell we say, we don't notice say, we say that print about you know correct this kind of thing. That was a brave heart decision. Now so serious so they for behave. When things go wrong, let we talk calm. Let we not afraid. Let we do the thing with conscience. APC in our power, if I misbehave so low, we'll blast for them back. SLPP do the same thing, let we talk come back. So that at the end of the day, the Sierra Leone will stand tall. We don't make a lot of gains as a country and with peace as a texture. Is it time for us to lose all of that? All of that is not good right now. The worst them, the cost, the blasting, the threats, and so much. Everybody they afraid literally in Sierra Leone. When they pass every day, people are scared. It's like they see the war clouds are gathering. That God in massive number for stop this from happening. But everybody is tense and everybody they wait for a small splash for take to the state. So we they pray that God will give them sense, God will give them wisdom, God will give them the patience for talk to themselves and for do the right thing. We go bring everlasting peace that we country. So I tell you, thank you once again for when I call me for this program. Indeed, now a golden opportunity for talk to the entire world. This is a very laudable program that we had so many times, and I thank you also for the good work I do for Sierra Leone. God, I will bless you now because now sacrifice that they make so for reach out and get the platform people and express themselves. This is democracy at work. So today, let's end with this. People are blasting for Adebayo, which is not a bad thing because Adebayo self getting excesses. But me don't blame civil society organization in this country. Say now we don't make Adebayo popular because we have not done our assignment inside the country. So nobody is talking for the people. The people now they feel say Adebayo is the one talking for them, and they now listen to Adebayo. So if we have been talking for the people of Sierra Leone, Adebayo will not have been relevant. That is the truth. Because we renege, we know they do we work, we by politics and pettiness. Then Adebayo becomes relevant. And again, if Adebayo is to be silenced, we have to respect rights in the country. When government allow people to express themselves, you not suppress anybody, you not arrest nobody. My friend, Adebayo, Austin Johnny, they're not going to be relevant. They are relevant today because we have suppressed rights internally. That is why they are relevant. So let we also be very critical. How do we suppress dissenting voices? We have to open the space so that people can talk and express themselves without fear of arrest or any intimidation by the government. So that's my call, and I pray that government come. We go elect Salone, we go put Salone first, we go cherish the nation, because these are the only country we'll get to. If this country well, there's no place like home. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Man.
Thank you. You know, at some point where you hammer some issues, they make me become very much emotional. You know, because this kind of voice, now the voice them where we can elect for ERE, you know, where you hit yonder, but sometimes in there, some people no want certain people for say certain things, but I bet you most of the people they appreciate it, but some people still they come at you saying a nonsense you the talk, where we appreciate, because now democracy, like you rightly say, finally all man not agree. Because I all man agree, then a problem. You know, nothing not go on correct on that side. So thank you very much, Lawyer Rashid, and we appreciate that you appreciate the thing we do. And I want to confess against it, we don't follow it for long time. Some of you discussion them, we don't get, we don't put them again, let people say, hey, when they say people are not the stand up, but look at this guy. I wanna say him. They don't do this kind of thing. And we can commend you, say you don't do well. You don't really do well from I don't know how to talk from trade and a long time. Yes, you don't really try. You don't put things them in place, you know. So if I can call names, I can call you. Interestingly, the time where I remember a long time ago, the time I did 98.1, you know, yes, I did the interview one time, you know, then and they yes. Let God continue for bless you and work. You know, because I remember them days, you know, how you been like for you even get interview, for you get the attention. But now, because of you know they beg somebody for an interview, rather then they go for you because waiting you don't take that space where most of your colleagues they don't fail for take. You know, and they see one interesting. It have been Jump Go BBC Media Action. One of the voice will be the interview, and I you with the challenge and the other day, and Ola Valley, and I know how we stand up the same way the last government been there. But unfortunately, I can feel disappointed at times. This is not for you, my own personal opinion I make. I can feel disappointed at times where I can listen to Angola Valley and say, oh my God, this is not the man I used to know. Not to the man this was I used for interview. But now it's totally different. You know, now all of even at the time of the this government just got people in the cry certain things there. A pull a report tell me say 80 or 70% of the people appreciate this government. I was like, what? You don't begin at this early stage? So thank you very much. You know, you don't really try. At least people then still believe say you will continue for live and you will live long. Thank you. God bless you and get you safe for a wonderful night. We look forward for get you again because like last time the two people ask for. They say, can you please bring Rashid every day? But oh yes, we want to bring her every day. But we will beg for you come back Friday. We'll talk to you on that day. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thanks.
All right, so we come over to
Rashid.
Fatima, what are your last word if you do it to me?
Well, Mr. Mulem, first and foremost, I want to tell Mr. Rashid plenty thank you. The thing where I enjoy Pana most now the fact say the man is very passionate about his job. He enjoy what he do. You could see for say, you know, they do him because of the money. He do him because he enjoy him and he do him for bring justice. And he believes say everybody entitled to that very justice. But the only thing more way I would say, in as much as he make the assertions and they where I appreciate so much. You know, Krioma can say being shuffle blind way rock, not to way he drive full am. If a bolono pull way he young, not to way he old he go pull am.
Okay.
You know, the very society the way they call civil society, they're so bad off that the Salone people are now they call it evil society. And rightfully so, because they've not done anything good. Where they see somebody like Mambu. Where you see somebody like that one way, Tinkamu that with here, where you baby PPG.
Whatever guy.
You know, all them one here don't create the inflammation.
Sano.
Sano.
Joseph
Yes.
Sano.
Joseph Sano.
Yeah, if you might be BPP, you know. So
now the police, the IG.
You know, where you they get a situation where you get a responsibility. It's just like, for instance, you ask me, say, Ebo, Imran, you there London, I want to buy something in London. You send money, I buy them for you. They ask me for the receipt, I say, no, ask me for receipts. Now, feature for asking for
I don't buy them.
Ebo, that's a standard, the minimum standard that, you know. So far me concerned, I blame the government, I blame them 100% because I get a mandate for make them put that in there right. But they are the problem. They make now this that they call SLPP, Sierra Leone people problem. That they cause all the problem and they cannot turn them back away from that. And if ECSL get the guts for do they kind thing there, now because now they bombard them. Right now, we are not seeing any way out of this because the way as it is, anybody will get sense. Anybody will believe in justice, in a just society. Because I believe in equal. I believe in social justice. The only way we will resolve this now for before these elections. Go back, correct all the anomalies, all the things that we don't do wrong, and the things that we don't do wrong, they're plenty. And I not feel to say that even get leg for stand up for try for tell APC say therefore accept this. No. APC should not accept it, not now, not ever. And if APC do the same thing where SLPP do so, where APC can have power, I will tell SLPP the same thing not agree. Because injustice na injustice. When something wrong, is wrong. So me feel say the only way where you look at things now, that the 11th hour, how they go resolve this? Where there is no trust, trust is zero. The man, look up, look down. Ask for the receipt. You say, no, ask me for receipt. Who say you go print this? No, ask me who say I go print them. Ballot paper, no carry it. Then they make people and they vote. Who say ballot paper come out? All these things are major things. Not you know the way APC acts for. When a minor thing. And Lawyer RASHID go agree with me. By law, even when they study law, they always get precedences. Then they look at all their old cases, them how they be waiting them. If all the governments that we don't come before, then give people and the voters register 5 months in advance. Why does them not do the same? There has been precedences that they give them way in advance. So if they don't get them precedences, then they don't get no rights for doing what they do. So that is not a minor thing at all. Because even at law, then they do precedences, whether they take case them in the 1930s, in the 1920s, see what in social judge, be judge one case, then go look at, then they go take that as a yardstick in which they go determine how they judge on that basis. So the reality is, this particular thing, and only one way to get for one. Me not to judge, I don't want to be judge, I don't go law school, but I get common sense enough for no say justice. The only way they despair justice now for sure equality. There was so much bias, there is no equality, there is no transparency. But you dey count money, forgive person, you dey count inside your pocket. The person say, hey, pull it out of your pocket, last year only money. No, I don't count am. Now this, but inside your pocket you count am.
Especially money when I found all.
Pardon?
Especially money when
money from now all.
Yeah.
That from now all. First and foremost, you get for pull all thing I do. Make all man see the money. You empty all your pocket.
Thank you.
The all man sees your pocket, but they can't inside your pocket.
Thank you very much, Grandpa.
They say Arata, Grumpig the Bokul Arata, it is such pocket Arata for Banga. You can't do that. So for me concerned, if they want peace in the country, then they just defer the election. That's the best they could do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Like one parable long years ago, they say conscience, now like open wound, now only the thoughts now ain't go able for make that thing settle, So if not that, the wound will continue for open. And I know this thing right now until we're able to reach to that point where we're able to say this is not the right thing and we need to do the right thing. the problem of Salone. Even if we get, let's just look at this. I listened to Obama the other day say, if you want for rule people them and then you divide them because of election, then ready for rule a divided nation. And at the exact thing this where we see it happen so right now, because like the people them, you know, with this so bad seed, and we're very much dangerous, you know, for anybody, you know. Interestingly, we can say Samoa slowing in action, but in you know, at the thing this way, I think say it a see right now say if him be the problem for let it divide the nation, you know, if at all again for win the election, then again for be big problem with them. You know, because we begin see when the election, the last term, the kind of statements that we come out from the now president or the caretaker, you know, and the kind of way how we see after the election, what it happened first na Kenema, where they one after begin beat. That is why people talk about beating policeman. I begin say, okay, it started in Kenema, and then we all begin see this thing happen. If not to God, we people rescue them policeman, and they therefore don't be the first, you know, example of people them where they send policeman and go next world. But now we stand in that we want, you know, I love, you know, Marabio for one thing. He say, let we pray. The same way Salon be the old 50, almost years. Now I say, let we pray God for let God give we leader we get this country at heart, and leader we really want for let this country, we mean good for this country. And at the endorse that prayer day, you know, for let God give you that kind of person day. So one more time, I want to say thank you very much. The fast today na day number 2, we go on still, and today na day number 2 and the last day for the fast way we say let we all, you know, anybody we plan for, you know, take happiness from the people them, let God take happiness from them, you know, and let God arrest them and let God expose them, you know, all of them small things there. So let we country continue for day in that. Let we did together like boom, you know. It's very sad that we see you know, confusing, you know, some kind, you know, video that we're not supposed for the see, some kind audio them, you know. But now we standing with a pray, let God make this team come and pass, and then we people them able for smile again, you know, inside one country. I love the SLPP slogan, one people, one country. No, one country, one people. It's nice. Now that kind of thing they want, but unfortunately, we see say like them we get that beautiful things there. Yeah, they get that beautiful thing.
Scatter people.
Yes, they get that beautiful things there, but they don't move away from down there, and it's sad. You know, that is why when I listen to Lawyer Rashid they talk, I feel pain inside my heart. You know, so
now one country, one tribe.
Well, this now interestingly, I can always tell you. I remember the last time I tell you, say sorry, sir. I said I don't want to talk about that one day. You know why? You know, in as much as we see some of the things that really happen, sometimes and they will not get for talk. Because I'll tell you something about this platform right now, where I can always tell me about that. Something and they will not go see say is serious. You know, we talked about something the other day, and that day we notice say like. Even Madabio, everybody they watch with platform. Now that day we know. When we talk about Victor 4 and Alpha Khan. You know, even Victor 4, like everywhere then they go that one whole week later and they talk about that talk we'll talk now. So we know now say like everybody they watch. So we get for be very much careful with what we they say, because sometimes we go talk something where not to the meaning self.
You know,
but other
I agree with you. I agree with you in the one hand, but in the other hand, I don't agree with you. You cannot push it under the carpet. What did it happen right now? We have to call it as it is. You know, because we're not the same. We're not the same. We're not the same because me and you tribal. But if Timniman do bad, what is wrong for telling Timniman?
I don't want to talk about Temne. I want to talk and say this person here so they do bad rather than put them by a tribe.
No, but what's in the happen now? Whether they kill, even they beat the Mende people, and whether they beat
South, so you see the point.
When are they brother?
So even Mende they beat Mende, not only because of the tribe,
when
but
are they young brother?
Of the party. Yeah. Now because of the party, look Abu, they beat young people.
Exactly. Telling people say, if anything for that happen, if I make sure say if I put their life down, it's really.
But you see the man in name. You see the man in name double Abu Yobados.
So now the thing is with the talk, say me particularly, you caught me, you wake me today, you asked me one question and no one for talk about that. I remember 2018, I did this thing all starts Latina. I swear once when on Facebook. When I begin talk say, hey, una studio, this na the runoff election. Then for them people and then they vote for una vote for them people. I say anybody will go para tribalism, they let God kill instant. People are vexed.
Enough fine. People because when we grow up. 1977, waiting them pass with we, they can't surround with us. Me share with me, and it left a very bad experience for me. It damaged me seriously. When they surround with us, then they holla, Ayejo. After that thing, then Pabansa Moy na save with family life. Pabansa Moy na come, he can come in and say, what will pay my negi? Where be no gaji jama? Akafa negi. That means say, una come on people there. Now they all scatter. That money, if you see the body, then I got her. Then Libapa them, then Team Niman them. You know, plenty body. Now that's an enemy that he say, enough is enough. Now we all pack up. We go to Team Nilan.
See?
Now I go find job.
This
now research. So I went through
it again.
Exactly.
So that's why we need to be an ambassador now for make sure say we know reach to that particular point there where we don't see so. And I will beg anybody, if you watch most of the caller them, like they understand all what we in our policy. They're not ever talk about tribe, because the minute we begin, we say we know how to talk about this thing and we know how to talk about this, not to the platform for that day. And indeed, that's why I love with family members there. I know they sit down and imagine say they come and talk say did this, did that, now then this, then they talk say SLPP or APC rather than they say because who that mammy and Kenny man. They beat them.
Honestly, look at you. Can you imagine this woman today?
Yes.
This woman today. You know
we don't know what will happen.
They say when they set the house on fire, it family trap.
You see when the go lock the gate for the person go inside and come out.
I hope they're all right. I pray to God they're all right.
Yeah, but the bad side, the president saw all that. And what I want to say here, I remember where the rocket man, with Trump, they call the Korean president Rocket Man. Still, Trump, he was saying all that, but he need peace. And he gets people there, when they, the Democratic Party, where they're willing to go break the ice. And the other person will come out, we go break the ice. I'm talking, I'm not giving by your praise here. I'm just saying, therefore, they want peace. Them if I don't bring and come in.
Yep.
And Dennis Rodman, he come out here. He's a basketball player. He was. Now in goal. Now make we not get to that wall. So this is what you do in democracy. This is what you do for peace. Even though Trump is very mouthy, but he did what he needs to do. Just, for his nation. That's the tell you say, even though he mouthy and stuff, he still electing people there. Elect America.
All right. Okay, so I think we don't reach to the Temu.
Yes, and I want to tell me, brother, thank you. I know say it all left, but we play. Yes, and my brother RASHID, thank you very much. For
thank you,
thank you, and God bless you. And let's keep on fighting. And one thing, not the fight, but the faith you have in God, and that really, melts my heart. And that's me. In all this, I see God, walking in his mysterious ways.
Yeah.
And that's so thank you very much. Thank you. And God continue to promote you and give you more wisdom. And let's keep, the ball rolling with the good fight. We cannot shut up, because that's why God gave us, and SLPP always tell me, because I'm always on the other, I do my thing, but I don't want people to know. That's just me. And he says, you are in this, you cannot hide, you cannot, shield from this place. So I'm telling you, the same thing. God put us here for a reason, and we are the light. We are the light, wherever we go, and, we talking now, people listen. So we cannot stop this. We bring healing to them. It's really therapeutic. So we bring healing to them. We have to, because like you said, I know, because SLPP knows that, my brother, because all the time, even when we are now, people are calling me constantly, like today, Yagi, what didn't happen? I was with them there on the meeting, listening to what they're saying, but they keep on calling. So I have to put my computer on, to record stuff. And then I tell them, because you know what? Let's trust God. I see God walk. I've never seen the God that I worship, that I know, let me down. He said his word will never go in vain. And let's trust in him. You know,
Yes.
wonders will always happen. Whoever,
Yes.
he wants to be, like Saul, he brought Saul. Saul was a beautiful guy. That's the only guy they call beautiful in the Bible. He was so, beautiful. And then when Saul came, he did stuff that God does not like. The animals, God said, go kill them all. He left Saul. We don't have to be carnal. I just want to bring that example. In life, we make big sacrifices because of love. Christ died for us because of love. That's the sacrifice God did. So, and that's what we are doing here. We're putting our life at stake, our family life at stake, just for the love of our fellow humans and our brothers and sisters. So thank you very much. And God bless your family. And God bless the land that we love.
Our Sierra Leone. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
we're going
Thank
to
you.
leave
That's
with
a
you
good
at
one.
all.
Yes. And our prayer, maybe my one more comment. My prayer is, and our prayer should be, the one way God wants for Wului. Let God allow him for the throne. Yes, that's our prayer. That God, in the mighty hand, go put that man where he wants for rule Sierra Leone. Nothing no go change him. Yes. So now time also for let we dey pray as a nation. We get for pray. To me, I believe say the faith approach is important, but the prayer approach much more important. Because what they go through may get also spiritual and make they feel like we men of God and they see the moment. Bible says this sort of Isaac understood the times and they knew what Israel ought to do. Something wrong with the body of Christ, and the truth at the time. There's something wrong. If in this moment of no way, like a quagmire, a whole deadlock, we not get any pathway or no voice from God directing the nation. Something wrong with the church, something wrong. I'm telling you, something wrong.
And the mosques too.
Yeah. Yes, the faith, the religious people, then if you stand up. You see, that time,
Yeah, my
yes,
brother,
if
I'm
you
not
stand up.
cutting you. I'm not cutting
Yes,
you
ma'am. Yes,
off.
ma'am.
This is so different with Salon, and because I've been in those country, and Guinea, and Mali. When the religious council, they are the rulers. They have a letterhead there that is standing, but these are the rulers. If they said pin, people follow, and that's what we should do. And that's what you should do. And that's what I tell them behind closed doors, and I said, look, you should have. I see it for myself here, my brother. It's not a boast. I see Obama. When we went, he was praying, and I thank God. Before he gets out, he prayed. And then before he leaves, he prayed. And this is exactly what my dad said. We do it every day. Even when my kids leave here and I pray, I call them, do you pray? I leave my house, but Papa say, you get for pray. Because when you go now, do you don't know the battle where you fight. Pray.
Yes.
Pray.
Yes.
You grab.
Yes.
He said, only God now they save you. None of this. And that's what he told us. He said, all these people, all what he gets today, will die. Or if una go see them people there with the kaya, una not go see anybody again. Una see them people there, and that's what happened.
What you are talking are true, but also not part of the problem. The thing what they call second blindness in Africa, the 3 things there. Na politics, religion. Then the number 3 na in cataracts. Religion get a lot of part for play on the demise of the country. And God, na wonderful thing, forget that spiritual waiting. Me, I let God bad. I do. But this wonderful man tell we for say, what's in name, what's in this sociologist, he talk for say, he say religion are the opioids of the poor. It give them temporal relief. So we have to take that in mind as well. What's in himself?
I know the person you're talking about. Yes.
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 Because we will no one for do nothing, we left and give God. There are some things that we God not get nothing for doing. God give we 5 senses. Now we use with 5 senses. Some things that day you need doing. Some things that day it is spiritual. But the thing what we need for do.
They say so. I say
no,
that's get to also play at this time.
No,
they need
yes,
for
of
speak
course.
out.
I agree with you.
They need for speak out.
Yes.
Not prayer no more. They need for speak out.
We need for speak out.
How the discussion don't go now? Now I want to see don't suffer one.
Nathan went to David and confronted David
and
told David the truth. There must be time when they must speak out and declare the counsel of God for the nation. If they all keep quiet and we go down,
because faith is dead without deeds. Not faith can forget action.
I think say me ready for all the collection, but still let the service. We can't end the service now.
Okay,
thank you.
I know one pastor where you talking to when they kick him out of the house.
Yes.
I know. Yes. Somebody went to
back na Moyamba. That imam back na Moyamba. I get so much respect and
so
they
can't talk about the religious leaders them in the political landscape. So thank you very much.
Yes, and when me brother come on walk, it just go on. He say, and they want to go now, who stand at the program because he has his, his suitcase all full of. Yes, and tomorrow he has another day in front of him. He doesn't even know what tomorrow will bring.
For talk for you. Let no be. Take care. Bye bye. I want for telling you thank you for one inside the program today. And
thank you to our viewers.
Yes. All man they cry now the topic one I don't put back, but then a whole topic on will take another day. Interestingly, we don't identify one so good in that. So one for telling thank you. RASHID DUMBUYA from Legal Link. Thank you very much. You really show us you work in Human Rights Commission, human rights defender, you always the stand for the people. Thank you very much. You
get to go defend after. I want my after out.
So Fatima, you have another human rights defender. Thank you very much. And of course, the powerful self. The man from the Bafa. the sweet puppy. This part again.
Swagger, grandpa.
Jerry.
So thank you very much. RASHID, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Anyway,
RASHID, you are a good sport. I love you so much.
Thank you, sir. I love you too. Thank you.
By the way,
brother, good night. We hear from you on Friday.
All right.
Okay, bye.
We want to tell you plenty thank you both YouTube and Facebook. We don't come and join the discussion. We don't give your input towards the program. We all don't can learn from lawyer RASHID, and una self don't give some questions then we answer. Until we meet again tomorrow inside Kulres and Kulres man a Bolgo. Now the powerful side and it. I did the same Bolgo na Puma it for right now.
Anyway, thank you guys very much for loving us so much. Get on yourself a wonderful night. Thank you for your like, your share, your comments, and thanks for you who don't subscribe. One love to the family house. Bye.
Yeah.
One of the biggest issues in the 2020 audit report was when Audit Service Leon audited the office of the President, that of the Vice President, and the First Lady. In this report, these offices are not mentioned.
Not only those offices that you mentioned, a lot of offices are not there. And I think,
is it deliberate?
Why not? Not deliberate. Audit will have a process. The process is very clear. Last year we did our 400 or something audits. And now I think we only have about 100 or something in the Auditor General Summary report. Some people want to know why. I think if the attention, the scrutiny that was paid to the office of the President, if those attention and scrutiny are actually focused on other institutions, I think we'll start to get the dividend that we need. Because I remember when the 2020 report came, every sector.
So why were they not in?
Oh my brother! In fact, this year we commend